to learn more.
Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Friday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer Mark the Shark. General, we've made it to a Friday, buddy. What's going on, man? It is great to have you back, buddy.
Oh, it's good to be back, Beamer. Just excited. Had a good little time in Philly. I was out there at the United Garage Doors doing some good stuff.
Nice.
I really enjoyed that. Working on some leadership and some different things. Pretty sweet. Got a chance to go to a Phillies game. So, Shark, was my first baseball game of the year. How about that? Phillies didn't win.
That's okay.
They played the Blue Jays, which I'm like, why are we playing the Canadian national anthem before the game? How many do you think, what percentage of the Blue Jays players are Canadian?
0.
Yeah, exactly. So it was good. It was sweet with to sit in the owner's suite and
Nice.
a big group up there. It was fun. It was a good time, and that's where the event was too. The next day.
How many pitches did you watch?
It's amazing. I probably watched as many on the TV in the suite as I did actually looking down, and we had really good seats. I mean, they were like halfway up the third baseline.
Yeah, nice.
It was good, but I watched. I don't know, a decent chunk of the game.
Good.
And I was having a lot of conversations and stuff with people, but it was a heck of a day. It was a good time out there, and really enjoyed it. So it was a lot of fun. Happy to be back though. Enjoyed some sleep-ins. Got rested a little bit, so that was nice. I would say, I had a lot of libations. One of the guys who was coming, they had a lot of their vendors there. Dude rolls up with, he has like a little bourbon sack. Looks like you carry wine in, and he had like bottle E.H. Taylor, single barrel, Blanton's, some of this. Oh, it was good. And ended up cashing all those. So good night, good time. But that was the last couple days. Got delayed last night coming in about a half hour. Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
About a half hour.
What time did you get in last night?
Got home at about 9.
Not awful.
9:40.
Not terrible.
We were supposed to land at like 8:45. We landed at like 9:10, 9:15. So not bad. Not bad. So got back home, got some stuff done. And then, just got ready for this great Friday, Beam, to come in here with you, bud.
Oh, absolutely, man.
That was the last couple of days been with Austin.
It's been good.
You guys were talking about me being in New Philadelphia and not Philadelphia.
We did mention that. We also asked if you were going to get a steak when you were over there. A cheesesteak, a variety, not like a ribeye. Did we go into that delicacy?
I did have a cheese, because you got to imagine, like, that's what they serve in the suites there, like ballpark dogs and cheesesteaks. I mean, you're in Philadelphia, so I did have a cheesesteak.
Okay, good. Then we talked.
I will indulge in the local cuisine, Beam.
We talked to Bill Landis. I think that was yesterday or on Wednesday. I'm not really sure. All these days are running together now. That would have had to be on Wednesday. We talked to Bill. It was like, hey, if you were going to Philadelphia, where would you take Bob? And he gave quite the list. Obviously from Philadelphia and loves that city. So it was good. Yeah, Austin and I had a good time, man. We had a really good time talking about all kinds of fun stuff. How there was going to be a Cavaliers last night, which there was. So that was fun. I know that made Sharky happy, but all in all, pretty good. Had a great day yesterday. Can't really complain about it at all. Meredith was playing Mahjong with her friends after school. Her mom came up from Dayton. They met up with her, so they were playing. So it was just me and William, and it was stunk too because I had a bunch of activities planned for us to do. I'm like, all right, we're going to go on a walk. Me, you, Theo. That's going to be good. Rained the entire day. So I survived from about, I don't know, 10:30 a.m. to about 6:15, 6:30 in the evening last night. Just me, William, Theo, and Insane Asylum at the house, not leaving. That was, I felt pretty good about the situation.
Okay.
With just us three surviving. Thriving, really. Having a great time.
Thriving. I like that, Beam. Thriving is key. So good for you guys. Handled that rain. I think that was the reason we were delayed a little bit with some of that weather. But
It's been crazy, too. You missed quite the storm that rolled in. Actually, I had to go down to the basement at 10:45 on Monday night, I think it was, Bob, or maybe Tuesday.
Don't believe those sirens.
It was. Don't
believe the sirens.
It was coming down, Coach. It was pretty gnarly, and I was watching the radar, and it was like, this is coming right towards Morse Road, and you know how they have like the red and the green and the purple Like we were like right in line with the dark purple, and all of a sudden, like I started to hear the hail. I'm like, okay, let's just get everybody down for safety. So you missed that. It's been like rainy and not that great. So glad to have you back. Should be an all right weekend. Mother's Day is looking great, by the way. Like weather-wise, it should be like the best day of the weekend, which is great for all the moms out there. So pretty good couple of days with Austin. We'll check in with him at 7:35 today. So if you missed Austin the last couple of days, fear not, he's coming up at 7:35. Got an awesome show lined up for you. Coming up here in our next segment, say goodbye to walk-ons in college football. That could possibly be gone. We'll get into that coming up. Big Ten power rankings. Where do the Buckeyes slot in? We'll do that in the 6 o'clock hour. A little Cavs talk at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. Jesse Owens finally getting his due. We'll do that in the 7 o'clock hour as well. Something really cool with Jesse Owens happened just a couple of days ago, so we'll get into that. Austin Ward at 7:35. AJ Hawk, he's going to round out the program with us as he does every Friday, coming up at 8:35. So tons to get into today. Before we do anything else, it is Friday, the 10th day of May, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Dr. Bob, what do you got lined up for us this Friday, buddy?
Well, I like Dr. Bob now. Why not just incorporate that, Beam? It is Friday, May 10th, the 131st day of the year, 235 days remaining. Shark, what do you have, like 61 days left? Or 61 weeks left?
Something like that, Bob. We're getting close. We're getting closer.
About ready to crack that 50 number here soon. This date, 1503, Christopher Columbus visits the Grand Cayman Islands, or the Cayman Islands, rather, Grand Cayman being one of them. Names them Las Tortugas for all of the turtles that are there.
Nice.
I don't know.
I think Johnny Depp went there.
He did. That's where he hit his rum. And then I also was watching on McAfee where it showed these turtles were racist. And so there's some interesting things. They've done some empirical research, and yeah, it was.
Maybe we'll ask AJ about
Butler
that.
didn't like him. AJ said he didn't realize that, and so now we realize, yeah, we can ask AJ about the racist turtles. He'll fill us all in. This date's 1775. The Second Continental Congress meets in Philly to name George Washington the Supreme Commander of the Army. This date, 1909. Mother's Day is recognized for the first time in the United States. I believe Grafton, West Virginia was where it began, Beam. 1924, J. Edgar Hoover is appointed as the first director of the FBI. Shark, do you know how long he was director of the FBI for?
Oh, my gosh, Bob, I'm going to say 47 years.
I was going to say 40.
I believe he was still 71. That was his death. So, yes, I believe it was 47 years on the nose. It was into the 70s. It may have been 75, or 72. But yeah, he did it for over almost nearly 50 years.
Long may he reign.
He knows where all the bodies are buried, Beam.
He does. Where's Hoff at?
He did. Well, maybe, who knows? They said he was always buried beneath the Meadowlands when they tore it over. I don't know if they tore it down. I don't know if they looked for him or not.
Mythbusters did a special on the Jimmy Hoffa where they like went to the Meadowlands and like tried to find his body before
he
it
was
was
supposed
demolished.
to be underneath. Yeah, I guess when they ripped everything up, they could have dug down and see if they found him. This day, 1940, Winston Churchill is appointed as Prime Minister of Great Britain. This day, 1954, Rock Around the Clock is released by Bill Haley.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock.
Rock.
5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock.
Rock.
9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock on Morning Juice.
There you go. I like it. Gosh.
Started out
You
fast.
sound just like him, Shark. This day, 1962, Marvel introduces the Incredible Hulk. How about that? A little Hulk for you. 1975, Sony introduces the Betamax, Shark.
Ooh.
Do you ever have Betamax?
Never did, Bob. Nope.
We used to use those when I was first at Ohio State. That's what they were using the film on. I was like, what the heck is a Betamax?
What is this thing?
Like, yeah, you get the Betamax going. So we had stuff on the computer, but the old stuff was all on the Betamax. This date, 1999, the Cubs performed the 68th triple play in Major League history. And on 2013, the One World Trade Center opens, becoming the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. Some birthdays today, born this day, 1838. One of Shark's favorites, John Wilkes Booth, lover of all things, plays.
The actor.
The actor. Thespians everywhere. Fred Astaire, born this date, 1899. And then turning 82 today, three-time national champ at the University of Wisconsin, Jim Calhoun.
Or Connecticut.
Or Connecticut. What did I say, Wisconsin? Yeah, Connecticut. So.
You're not really that stupid, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
My best advice to you?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It's very polite of you.
No, it wasn't polite. I like how you shut up. This is if you want to talk to me outside, I'm more than happy to talk to you. We're talking about
If you
basketball.
guys covered this stuff, I wouldn't have to.
Quite frankly, we bring in $12 million to the university. Nothing to do with state funds. We make $12 million a year for this university. Get some facts and come back and see me. Don't throw out salaries or other things. We turn over $12 million to the University of Connecticut, which is state-run. Next question.
He was a fiery
Obviously, he was
one.
pressing Jim on his contract, which what Jim was saying is factually accurate. So you're going to talk about how much a guy's making. Well, how much are they making for the university? Which,
That was a light one, too, on the history of Jim Calhoun blow-ups and post-game press conferences.
It definitely was. Here's another blow-up for you by this guy turning 69. They call him Boomer, Chris Berman.
When I'm doing TV and I got 18, damn it, can't everybody stop for 10 minutes? Everybody can we stick? Jesus Christ. I mean, it's not that much to ask. Is that when everybody has to move when I'm trying to concentrate? I mean, it's so rude. I can't believe it. It's so goddamn rude. Why does everyone all of a sudden have to move? They have 2 hours to move around. Wait 10 minutes. It's like no one's ever worked on TV here before. What the do they think I'm doing? We need to use the studio for 15 minutes.
He sounded a lot like Danny DeVito right there.
He did. He did sound like Danny
that was
DeVito.
pretty impressive. But yeah, Chris Berman, he had some of those great blow-ups.
I like him talking about his like Canadian Advil, the do-do-do's. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
They got a little codeine in them, a little pop.
Turning 64 today, Paul David Hewan.
I know who that guy is.
Who is that?
Bono.
Good job. Want to sing us some Bono, Shark? Thought you would. Helio
I
Castro.
read the news today.
There you go. Helio Castro Neves turning 49, one of the few four-time Indy winners. Kenan Thompson from SNL turning 46.
Okay, so who wrote a haiku? Yes, you.
My haiku is called, Hey, where my weed at? Hey, where my weed at? Oh, y'all gonna be like that? Damn. Why y'all quiet?
I'm curious to find out whether the main character finds his weed.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, where my weed at? Oh, y'all gonna be like that? Damn. Why y'all quiet?
Hey, where my weed at? Oh, y'all gonna be like that? Damn. Why y'all quiet?
Old Kenan Thompson, one of my favorites, turning 46 in passings today. Passing on this day, 1818. The legendary Knight Rider, Mr. Paul Revere, as well. And we've got some holidays observances. It is Child Care Provider Day. Clean up your room day. How about that? Military Spouse Appreciation Day. National Lipid Day. There we go. And just some of those nice little lipids beam. National Provider Appreciation Day. National Public Gardens Day. National Shrimp Day.
Ooh.
National Small Business Day. One Day Without Shoes, Trust Your Intuition Day as well. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Friday, May 10th, the 131st day of the year, 235 days remaining in this 2024.
Very well done on that, General. As always, say goodbye to walk-ons in college football. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, no crashes to let you know about, but we are watching busy traffic on 161 out in New Albany, also on I-71 as you approach Polaris. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice here in the area for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone. And I'm excited to tell you today about the opening of our second location here in Columbus. For me, having been raised here, it's like being back home. The response we've gotten from men here in Columbus has been incredible, and I want to thank so many of you for trusting us in addressing your ED and low T issues. Our goal is always to put patients first, and our highly skilled medical professionals are totally focused on men's sexual health. So if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, call us. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, you'll get your sex life back. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. Make your appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Tracy, over to you for weather.
The sun must be shining.
exciting, Dave, because the 7 for 7 sale is back at Meijer. Mix or match hundreds of items like extra large avocados and mangoes, Kraft macaroni and cheese, and Glass O vitamin water. Pick any 7 for just $7. There's a strong chance of saving with the same quality Meijer deals in-store or online. Back to you, Dave.
Sounds great, Tracy.
Deals so good, you've just got to talk about them. Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Rothman and Ice.
If you were running the show, your contracts would be heavy incentivized, wouldn't they?
Yes.
You'd be that type of GM. Every player.
Certain guys have proven it. The only predictor of future behavior is past behavior.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
We go to war for you. Burn injuries can be devastating, but you don't have to face them alone. Call Sugar Shinar Trial Attorneys today at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU.
We go to war for you. warforyou.com.
Have you heard? Skyline now has nachos with a layer of queso blanco under that amazing Skyline chili and cheese. Try them straight up or get the deluxe nachos with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and sour cream at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
Save big money on everything for your projects. Now at Menards. We have it all for garden and landscaping essentials. Visit our outdoor garden center today and update your backyard space. Grid Accents lattice panels have a timeless design with an innovative design that's simple to install and requires almost no maintenance. Save big on lattice panel options at Menards. View our entire selection of garden center products today on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
More showers across central Ohio on this Friday morning. Those should start to become less so by the afternoon. We'll start temperatures in the 50s out there and warm to the mid-60s. We'll see a return of cooler weather Friday night with temperatures in some spots hitting the 40s. Rain and some storms return Saturday, but no strong weather. Warmer and drier as we head into Mother's Day. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
For Friday edition of the program, Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. I saw this yesterday. I got kind of sad. Russ Dellinger covers all things, high-level college football stuff, everything that's going on behind the scenes, NIL stuff that's going on with the government.
Yahoo?
He is with Yahoo, yeah. He made the switch from, I believe, SI to Yahoo last year, a couple of years ago. I don't know when that happened, but always does a good job, and I enjoy reading Ross's articles, and I think they're pretty imperative to kind of understand what's going on behind the scenes with college athletics. And as it stands, as we're trying to maybe make the best understanding of what's going on in a world of madness. And Ross writes here, said, can you imagine a world without college football walk-ons? Well, it's at least under consideration. As part of a new proposed athlete compensation model, power conference leaders are considering significantly reducing football rosters, potentially moving from a roster of more than 115 to as few as 85 to 95 players. That figure, 85, obviously aligns with the maximum scholarship number permitted under the NCAA. The concept circulated across administrative meetings over the last week as part of what could be a sweeping and historic transformation of the industry in the coming months. All of it rooted in a settlement agreement of various antitrust laws. Any settlement agreement, House, Hubbard, and Carter, is expected to feature as much as $2.9 billion in back damages. I like how at the beginning of the week, we were at $2.7 billion in back damages. Now that number has gone up another $200 million to $2.9 billion.
Yeah, they're working through some things, babe.
They are. But so negotiations over a settlement are deep enough that the NCAA and college executives are socializing plans of a new compensation model, including, as we know, permissive revenue sharing concept that could see schools distribute athletes more than $20 million annually starting in 2025. An overshadowed but impactful piece of the proposed new model is the addition of roster limits by sport and the expansion of scholarships. While the model features new roster limitations, it removes scholarship restrictions by permitting schools to expand financial aid to the entirety of a sports roster. For example, under current NCAA rules, the NCAA permits schools to distribute 11.7 scholarships across a baseball roster of 32 players. Under a potential new model, a school could, if it chooses, distribute full scholarships across all 32 spots. However, the new roster limit for baseball and other sports has not been defined. While there continues to be a heated debate over football roster figure, a plan with, I guess, administrators as well as coaching staff entails a reduction in the 120-person football roster by as many as 35 spots. The concept would eliminate all walk-on positions at most power schools, though programs are not required to provide scholarships to the NCAA maximum of 85 players. I don't know, Bob, you've been around the game a long time. That seems like a big deal to me.
So hold on, it said that the schools wouldn't have to even provide 85 scholarships?
Correct.
And so I guess in theory you could have walk-ons if you were only giving out 60.
But there's only 8, there would only be 85 players.
Roster spots.
Correct. Like how they have, 53 in the NFL and then 16 designated on the practice squad?
Yeah, what'll be interesting with that is, especially in football, is in spring ball, like you need walk-ons in there because you have guys who are leaving and guys who have not yet enrolled early. And not everybody enrolls early in the spring. And so there's that drop, that gap.
Yeah.
And so to be able to functionally do things when you have injuries at positions and different stuff, you need over 100 guys out there. Like football takes a lot of people if you want to try to play it the way that it has historically been played in college. And I'm curious as to why.
I agree with you totally.
The incremental cost of more walk-ons, unless they're trying to say that they would have to pay them or that there would be a diversion of the dollars to those guys from maybe your scholarship players and stars. I think that,
and that's probably the argument.
It is, and I can see that. But like right now, like those guys don't have to get NIL stuff. Like I just don't. I don't know. I guess it would be no different than in the NFL where you have like practice squad versus full-on 53-man roster. I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out here.
News of the potential 85-man football roster was met with backlash over the last week as league commissioners.
None of the coaches would want that.
Share the news with athletic directors and coaches.
Here's the good news. The ADs and presidents got together and thought this sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Coaches, not liking the idea.
I don't even know if it would be the athletic. I think the athletic directors would say, hey, we're going to run this by the coaches, but I'll tell you, that they're not going to like this.
And their thing is like, can you convince them? That's what they're probably the thoughts are. Can we convince these guys? Because they look at this if there's any type of reduction in costs or cost savings. But like at what cost? Like how much are you actually saving relative to what you're ultimately doing? So that's the problem right there. And walk-ons are such an integral part. I mean, you watch guys.
Look at Xavier Johnson, man.
You have Xavier Johnson, who's done a great job there, who got his way onto the team through being a walk-on, becomes a scholarship player, and there's a decent chance he has of making the Bills roster now. And so you see those type of stories and you see those things happen, and you would just lose that. And a lot of that's a fabric of what makes, these universities great. You talk about like Texas A&M and the 12th man down there and all the different things they do. A lot of different schools have unbelievable walk-on traditions for how they kind of operate it. And to tell me that you would lose those, the coaches would be furious about it. And that's what they're seeing right now is a lot of pushback. I could see them reducing it to maybe 100. Like right now it's 105. But I can't imagine them trying to wholly eliminate that and think that the coaches would be good with it. And I don't know what the purpose. Like, they still haven't clearly defined why you would get rid of that in there. There wasn't a reason I heard. It's like, well, you know, you don't have to offer, because right now, if you're a Division I school, an FBS school, you have to offer 85 scholarships. Like, that's how it works. So I guess they're saying you don't have to offer the full 85, and you could have walk-ons and have 60 scholarships. I don't know. But it's a slippery slope here as they try to figure this thing out, Beam.
Absolutely it is. And again, I don't understand the pro of this, and the pro definitely doesn't outweigh the con.
Well, they didn't outline a pro, like cost saving. What does that look like? How much you saving per player?
And you would know this better than I would, Bob.
I mean, now they let the guys eat with the team, but even outside of that, I mean, it is a fraction.
And that would be minimal food cost. I mean, minimal food cost.
I mean, you're talking about the equipment for another 20 guys, like all those things. When you're dealing with such large numbers at that point, I mean, they're rounding errors of your program's budget, especially a school like Ohio State.
Well, then you start to think about what it actually takes. And I mean, we talked about this in spring ball, and over the last couple of years, they've kind of been segmented off, right? I mean, you've seen like full squad scrimmages and full squad practices where it'd be ones on one side, twos on another. But those guys aren't going against all scholarship guys. I mean, an integral part of what a team does in practice week in, week out, whether that's spring ball, whether that's loading into summer camp, and whether that's during the regular season, is the walk-on aspect of guys to actually practice against.
Well, during the season, so that you can do. So here's the thing: in the NFL, you don't have enough guys to do split practices.
Yeah,
you do offense, like you'll do on Wednesday, you'll start out and you'll have your run period. You'll do 8 plays or 10 plays. So the offense will go, and you'll have like scout team defense that'll be out there. So that'll be, of the 8 to 10 whatever practice squad players, like half of those guys are defensive guys roughly, and then you would have other guys go out there, and there may be like a 4 linebacker set where a team has. So you have guys who are starters that are taking reps of that on the offensive quote scout team. And then you spin it around, and then the defense will go, and the offense will be out there. And it's the offensive coach scout team, but there are some guys who are rostered 53-man players. And if you have some injuries, there may be guys who are like starters out there, or even not injuries. Like we do work on teams, and they might do 3 tight end sets. We only carry 3 tight ends. Yeah. And maybe you have a scout team tight end, so that gives you 4, but Jason Witten would hop out there in Dallas, take a couple reps. But practices were shorter, like you couldn't get as much development in, but that's okay because you're professionals. Here, you're still having to develop guys at a high level, and you're not going to be able to do that because you're not going to have the bodies.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So hopefully that one does not pass with all the craziness going on with the rule changes across college athletics. Where do the Buckeyes rank in a post-Big Ten spring power ranking? We'll do that next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, no crashes that we are currently tracking, but we are watching busy traffic on I-71 coming in from the far south side, also on 161 out in the New Albany area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet starting at $19.99 per month offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spending the money to replace our home's windows is rarely something we get excited about. We usually do it because our energy bills suck or our current windows, well, they're too messed up. But in working with the local Pella Columbus team, my eyes have been opened. New windows can legitimately change the entire look of your home. They've got windows in colors and styles like I've never seen, and they can change everything. So go see my friends at PellaColumbus.com or check them out at their brand new Polaris showroom.
The standing room only, with all eyes on the 18th green.
There was some speed to this.
The sudden roars.
Gauged it just right.
That Sunday celebration.
From Oslo to Ohio, Victor Hovland is the champion.
It's better live. Join us at the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday, June 3rd through 9th. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here for my friends at RCD RV. And when you want to get away, there's no better solution than hitting the open roads in an RV. Brings me back to my youth out west, under the stars, fresh mountain air. That could all be yours, and your journey starts at RCD RV. RCD has RVs to meet every budget with new campers as low as $13,995 and Ohio's best selection of pre-owned travel trailers, fifth-wheelers, motorhomes. 3 locations to serve you in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and the playoff action is here. And there isn't a more rewarding sportsbook in the game than Tipico. Get ready to bet on the biggest games of the year, the playoff basketball, the hockey, the actions every night. You want to make the most of every game? You've got to bet with Tipico. You'll get up to 5% cash back on your bets. Claim your new sign-up bonus now and get $150 in protected bets when you deposit $100. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan150 to get your bonus. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions do apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Friday edition of the program coming up 1 hour from now. Check in with our good friend Austin Ward. Haven't heard enough of him over the last 2 days, so we're just going to call him. Make sure that everything.
Ward Sports.
Yeah,
I haven't really got a chance to talk to him though, Beam.
Oh, it'll be great. It'll be great. He missed you over the last couple of days. I'll tell you that much. So, Tom Fornelli, writer for CBS Sports, love list season. Big fans of list season here on this show. I think we've illustrated that pretty good. Post Big Ten post spring power rankings. Ohio State over Oregon for number 1. So it's the way that they've decided this. After the transfer portal has now settled down, spring ball is officially over for all 18 teams in the Big Ten. It is going to take me a long time to understand and to comprehend that this conference now has 18 teams.
There you go.
It's just going to be a while.
It's math, Beam.
It is math. Yep. You're going from 14 to 18. You added 4 teams. So the math does math on that. Big Ten power rankings coming in at number 1, Ohio State. Well, we've seen plenty of teams win the title of offseason champions only to fall flat on their face during the season. It isn't likely Ohio State will suffer such a fate. It's very much Big Ten title or bust in Columbus. Hell, it's probably national title or bust. We know that, obviously. That seems like it's an every year occurrence here in Columbus. Ohio State retained most of its key pieces from last season and added by roster by landing big names at the transfer portal, such as Alabama's Caleb Downs and Ole Miss Quinshon Judkins. Will Howard transferred into quarterback, but has not officially won the starting job because Ohio State has enviable depth at the quarterback spot. spot. The only questions are on the offensive line. It's a good wrap-up by Tom Fornelli for a little one-paragraph wrap-up about what this offseason is.
I'd say that's been accurately portrayed.
Number one, Buckeyes coming in the post-spring power rankings, and that's obviously what it is. The game of the year outside of the Michigan game is the Oregon game. You're going to Autzen.
It's going to be tough. Was that week 6?
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds correct. So you're going to Autzen. You were supposed to do that in 2020, and obviously that got canceled. And again, from being out there during that week, that game wouldn't have been played anyways because of the wildfires. Like, it was just, you couldn't even go outside during that week that game was supposed to happen.
You went up there, though.
I did. Yeah,
you played golf, so don't tell me you can't go outside, Beam.
I decided to play golf that week. It was probably not good for my health.
I mean, you've never really smoked cigarettes, have you?
No.
There's a lot of people that smoke cigarettes their whole life, and they're fine.
That's true. You're right. Bob, when I mean, it was one of the wildest situations because when we started to descend on the plane, you started smelling fire, and I'm like, I hope that is coming from the ground and not coming from the airplane.
Yeah, you're going to get to the ground one way or another, Dean. What are you worried about?
It's either going to be the fast pass or the regular pass. When we got on the ground, and again, like we landed at Eugene. So if you have travel plans, like if you're going out there, Eugene is a very small airport. Very, very small. Like smaller than Dayton, smaller than Cleveland. It's basically like 4 gates. It's tiny. It's a little bit bigger than Rickenbacker. It's not very big. So when the bags came off of the airplane and then were coming onto, the little roundabout or whatever it is, baggage claim, every bag, Bob, from the time that it had left the airplane to the time that it got on the little buggy onto baggage claim.
Smelled like a smoky treat?
It was covered in ash. I mean, everything. It was raining ash from the sky. Yeah. I had never seen anything like it in my entire life.
You know what riding with Shark in the car feels like.
So we ended up playing golf at Eugene Country Club when the air quality was like 430, which is the higher the number, higher the number, the worse.
No, the better.
And so, I mean, I was playing because obviously
your lungs needed a challenge, Beam.
Yeah, they did. And when we got back inside from playing golf after a couple hours, it was literally just, I mean, you could feel it building up in your lungs. So that game wouldn't have been played anyways, but that is Saturday, October 12th. That is the 7th week of the college football season. That's the 6th game for the Buckeyes.
Remember, they got that bye week in there.
Yeah, they got that early game. They got that early bye week as well. So they got that going for them, which is nice. So Buckeyes come in at number 1 in the Big Ten power rankings. Oregon comes in at number 2. Going to be, I think, the game of the year, obviously, outside Michigan. Michigan comes in at number 3, post-spring power rankings. Penn State, number 4. USC, 5. Washington, 6. So out of the 4 new additions of UCLA, USC, Oregon, Washington, 3 of those are currently in the top 6 of the Big Ten power rankings as we stand by Tom Fornelli of CBS Sports. And I really have no argument to that. I mean, I know it was a down year for USC last year. They obviously didn't finish out the way. Oregon and Washington gave us a couple of really good games. Both national championship contenders, both playoff contenders. First one, Washington got them. Second one, they got them. And they have loaded right back up with Dan Lanning again for this year out in Eugene. So I have no problem ranking Washington, USC, or Oregon inside of the top 6 joining the conference. No problems with that at all.
I would say Oregon for sure. Washington, we'll see. Jed Fish did a good job down in Arizona if he's able to salvage that. They lost a lot off their roster, lots of the NFL and then a lot of transfers. So we'll see if they're able to put that back together. And then I have no idea what to expect out of USC.
I don't either.
Like, I'm not sure if they're going to be 7-5, 8-4, if they have a chance to go 10-2. They've been so up and down. They got a new D coordinator. They got Chip's old guy from last year at UCLA, but you lost the Heisman Trophy winner. You looked good in the bowl game, but I mean, I just have no idea consistency-wise what you're going to be, because I don't think you're better than Oregon. I don't know if you're better than Washington. Like, you better than Penn State, better than Michigan. I mean, their schedule isn't going to be easy. They're going to have a lot of travel in there too.
So you have Miller Moss out there, the quarterback, and then you have Jaden Maeva, who transferred from UNLV. He's a sophomore. At UNLV last year, he had 3,000 yards as a freshman.
Nice.
Yeah, it's something that Lincoln Riley can work with. I think we can all agree. I don't know if Lincoln Riley's the best in-game coach. I don't know if Lincoln Riley's the best college football coach.
I think he's a great in-game coordinator. But
correct.
Full game coach, maybe not.
And we know that he can coach the quarterbacks up. I mean, just look at the list of guys that he has.
Mm-hmm.
He's had win not national championship. Hasn't won that.
So they go to the nail salon together, baby.
Look at the guys he has had won a Heisman, right? I mean, it's been a pretty impressive list for as short as he's been coaching. Number 7 coming in this list actually kind of surprised me a bit. Number 7, Matt Rule, Nebraska. Very high up on the list for them.
I like Matt Rule and what they've done at Nebraska this year. They seem to be trending in the right direction. Like, there's a lot of reason if you are a Nebraska fan to be excited about it.
Yeah. Dylan Raiola coming in, that's obviously a huge addition for them. Number 8 is the Iowa Hawkeyes. It'll be fascinating to watch Iowa without Brian Ferentz as their offensive coordinator.
We'll be better, we'll be worse.
I don't know.
It would be fascinating to watch Maryland with Brian Ferentz as an offensive line consultant.
I don't know if it can be worse. I guess it always could be worse. I don't necessarily agree that it will be worse. But they come in at number 8. Fick up at Wisconsin comes in at number 9. Rutgers, number 10, off of a really good year. Greg Schiano's got that program heading in the right direction. They're at number 10.
We'll see if they can follow it up. It's tough for a program like that who maybe doesn't have the depth of a lot of these other programs.
Yep.
To be able to sustain that year after year, because they did lose some players to the draft.
Kaliak Manis comes in from Minnesota, too. He transferred inside of the conference, so he goes from Minnesota all the way to Piscataway. Maryland at number 11. They start out fast every year, and then they just slow down. Then
What's the mantra for Greg Schiano? Is he the chop the wood, or is that?
Yeah, that's Schiano.
So he wanted to go from rowing the boat to chopping the wood?
That's all he wanted to do.
Okay.
Wanted to go from...
I thought all he wanted to do was dance.
Michigan State comes in at number 12. Jonathan Smith coming in new. They're just hitting the reset button. All right, that's just new for them. Illinois.
That's a hard reset.
Yeah.
They had to unplug it and wait for 10 seconds before they plugged it back in.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? Here's where you kind of get to the bottom barrel of what used to be the former Big Ten. Illinois at 13. Northwestern at 14. Okay, 14.
I think Illinois, what'll be interesting to see, I'm a believer in Brett Bielema, so I think that they'll be improving.
You love you some Bert?
In the Big Ten, he has been good. And he had Illinois, not last year, but 2 years ago, playing pretty well.
How about Northwestern? David Braun, obviously coming in for another year. That was a crazy situation for them last year.
Yeah.
Good year, too.
That was
good
tough
year
one.
for them. 8-5.
Way exceeded expectations.
Totally.
I mean, if you would have told me that they won one game last year, I said that's good.
Minnesota clocking in at 15. UCLA at 16. And in the battle of the Old Oaken Bucket at 17 and 18 for DFL in the Big Ten. Purdue at 17, Indiana with a new coach Kurt Signetti at number 18.
Yeah, they're going to be bad.
But he said during his introductory press conference to watch out.
We're doing things the old way the old Indiana did.
It's not what we're going to do.
Onward and upward beam.
With a humble heart?
We'll see. We'll see if he can attack it with enthusiasm unknown to mankind. I have no idea.
The Maple Leafs are having themselves a bad week. Do that in quick hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we are tracking some lane closures on the ramp from 71 northbound to 670 eastbound. The left lane slightly blocked off as you hit those eastbound lanes of 670 as crews work to clear up a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stutterwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Glow Fiber. Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic business internet solutions, call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today.
Always at the forefront of new technology, Tire Discounters announces our latest breakthrough, TD Chat BS. This software allows us to detect untruths, deceptions, and even outright lies. Let's listen in as we call a local car dealer.
Hi, I drive your model of auto or truck. I need servicing.
Oh, that's great. You should always call the dealer for service to make sure your warranty stays intact.
Untruth.
Excuse me?
I can attend at Tire Discounters for all services, even for all manufacturers' scheduled maintenance. Warranty not affected. Afflicted. No, affected was right.
But it's only us dealers who really know our own models.
Deception. Tire Discounters ASE technicians are certified experts for all makes and models.
Okay, maybe.
How many dollars do you charge me for? As few as Tire Discounters?
We are not that much more.
Outright lie. Ending call now. Bye. Adios. Aloha. Hasta la pasta.
Royal Flush Tour 2024. May 15th, Schottenstein Center. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. The returns with special guest Cheap Trick. Tickets on sale now at heart-music.com. Don't miss 2 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. Heart with Cheap Trick live.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It's our absolute favorite place to go for that live VIP sportsbook experience. 12,000 square feet of sportsbook action. 2 huge walls of TVs, not to mention delicious food and drink. But your experience can be even better if you download the Penn Play app.
Yep, you can get up to $140 in rewards. It's so easy, dummies like us can do it. Got to download the free Penn Play app today and cash in your bonuses. Plus, you never know, and you'll see Man and I lurking around.
I'm lurking. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Why do you have to crap on my coma? That is a sentence I didn't think I'd say today. Why do you have to crap on my coma? It's my coma.
All right. Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
I'm Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. If you're a business owner, navigating through divorce presents unique challenges. You're thrust into a world where every penny you've earned is examined and your assets are on the line. These situations demand a tactical defense rooted in nuanced financial expertise. When your life's work is at stake, you need a partner who's as invested in your case as you are in your business.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
At AAA, it's our policy to look on the plus side, and AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin. Last Monday, his coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. It was just the jolt of energy he needed. Later, when he walked into a door, he was happy to provide entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And when his car battery took early retirement, he knew expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA.
Become a AAA Plus member and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
I need directions for paying down debt.
Starting route. Apply for a SoFi personal loan and consolidate your debt into one fixed payment. Turn right into a positive outlook and get $5,000 to $100,000 as soon as the same day you sign with no fees required.
Got it. You could get out of high-interest credit card debt with a SoFi personal loan. View your rate at SoFi.com/debt in 60 seconds with no impact to your credit score. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions at SoFi.com/debt. NMLS 696891.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 20 or more select self-leveling underlayment. Plus, save an extra 5% every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's business credit card. Visit us for the materials you need. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. 5% offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store at Lowe's.com/credit for details.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Showers across the region this morning will start to taper by the late afternoon, including the return of some sunshine. We'll start the day off in the low 50s and warm into the mid-60s by this afternoon. Cool temperatures overnight, dropping in some spots to the 40s with the return of showers and storms Saturday. Drier weather in the forecast for Mother's Day. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest? How to win? Or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
We here on The Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Healthy, leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
Sharky.
Yeah.
Happy Friday to you.
Oh, happy Friday to you. You know what? I almost forgot it was Friday.
No, you didn't. I woke up.
Of course I didn't.
I woke up today, actually, this morning, thinking it was Thursday. So I'm in a really good state of mind.
That's a nightmare when that happens.
No, it's great. It was fine when it happened because
you think you're a day back. That's
true. If you woke up on Thursday and thought it was Friday,
that's a disaster. This was a gift.
You're right. You know, getting your team into the playoffs doesn't provide a lot of job security for coaches. Yesterday, the Suns fired Frank Vogel just one season into a 5-year contract after a first-round playoff exit for the Suns. And in Toronto, the Maple Leafs have pink-slipped Sheldon Keefe. His record in 4.5 seasons, this is pretty amazing. 212, 97, and 40. I mean, you do
We'd
that.
kill for that
you
here.
do that in Columbus, a little statue for you. He
Yeah.
also had back-to-back 50-win seasons, which, we've never had one here.
Austin Matthews scoring loads of goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just 50 points sometimes, Shark.
Yes.
Right.
Anyway, in Toronto, you don't win in the playoffs and you lose your job, which happens to every coach in Toronto after about 2 years. Beam, do you know who Sheldon Keefe replaced in Toronto?
Mike Babcock.
Mikey Babcock.
Boy. Babs the bully.
You just look at. We talk about curses in sports, and I just think that franchise is cursed, and I'm fine with it. It's totally cool.
They're kind of like the Canadian hockey version of the Knicks. I mean, they want them to be good. They're
bad. They want them to be good
like the
so bad.
flagship of everything. Yeah. It's the biggest city there. It's like the Knicks, but like, when was the last time the Knicks won an NBA championship, Shark?
1973.
Yeah, that was
so the Maple Leafs have won.
Billy Reed.
The Maple Leafs last Stanley Cup was 67.
That's what I'm saying. It's not all that different. Where everyone like champions them and have to listen to Stephen A, the New York Knicks, and talk about all this nonsense. I'm like, dude, they haven't really ever been. They've been close. They've had runs. They've had spurts. A lot of times
they've had great chokes.
They've lost in the first or second round. Reggie Miller gives them the choke sign over on the side.
Reggie Miller looking good.
100%. But I feel like that's kind of where they're at. Nothing brought me more joy than Boston beating them.
I agree. And now Boston, did you see the highlights the other day of the throws between Kachuk and then Pasternak? The whole team was fighting. The Panthers, because the Panthers just hammered them. So that series is split 1 a pop. But now we're all on the Florida Panthers bandwagon, right? Like, go goalie Bob. Hopefully you get that done. But I was thrilled when the Bruins did beat them. I'll just say this. Whoever needs a new coach in the NHL is going to get a good one in Sheldon Keefe. So you don't always know what you got. The grass is always greener. I understand that. I don't think it's Sheldon Keefe's problem.
Keith.
Him too. Duncan Keith has no teeth. I don't think it was Sheldon Keefe's problem that the Maple Leafs continue to blow up in the postseason.
Wondering how Pascal slept last night.
What are you inferring?
I'm not Beam. Listen, I like Pascal.
Bring him in.
I hope he keeps his job, but we're getting a new GM.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe
it could be bringing in.
Maybe is right.
Could be bringing in the Maple Leafs GM.
Yeah.
Guy who just fired him. Anyway, if you wondered how Shohei Ohtani would respond to off-season elbow surgery, wonder no more. After his first 6 weeks with the Dodgers, Shohei is on pace to hit 46 homers, which would match his career high. Babe Ruth holds the all-time Major League record with 119 extra base hits in a season. That was in 1921. Shohei is on pace to reach 108 extra base hits, which is amazing. Bob, maybe the Dodgers should rethink using Shohei as a pitcher next season.
Why? Why can't he do both?
At a very high level. He does.
It's just it's tough in those games in which you're pitching to bat.
To go up 3 times and swing the bat a handful?
It's 4.
You kidding me?
4 to 5. With the Dodgers, it's usually 5.
Well, yeah.
Even better for his numbers.
You know what? Absolutely. And be a better pitcher. Get on and off the mound quicker. More gas. I mean, you literally hitting a baseball, you go up there 4 or 5 times. I understand there's preparation, you want to be rested and all that stuff, but hey, it keeps you warm, keeps you engaged in the game. A lot of good stuff there. Keeps you from gambling in the dugout.
Ooh.
Did you see
too soon?
Did you see his boy is going to plead guilty? We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, dude. They gave him the revolver.
Up to 33 years in a federal penitentiary.
They gave him the single shot revolver.
Yeah, he's not going to do that. He won't serve 33 years. But
it's because they're going to get a private jet and fly him back to Japan. Get him out of here before we'll hide you in Japan.
So his number, Shark. Do you think? All right, let's play hypothetical here for a situation. Dodgers are starting to turn it on here in the month of May, and we're about a quarter of the season down. Yep. I think that by the end of this weekend, all the teams in Major League Baseball will have 40 games played. So we're basically a quarter of the season down. What would you give me the odds of Shohei Ohtani besting his home run record and then besting Babe's extra base hits record? To do both.
Yeah, I don't think he'll pass Babe with 119 extra base hits. And think about that. Babe did that in a 154-game season. But I certainly can see him passing his 46 home run.
Well, he didn't hit a first home run for the first 8 games of the year.
That's right.
So he's got however, what does he have now?
He has, what's he got, 11?
I think he does.
I think it's 11.
So he's basically got 11 in like 30 games.
And, the weather's going to heat up on the road. Obviously, they get good weather in L.A., but yeah, I think he'll pass 46 if he stays healthy.
But what odds are you giving me to pass both?
Oh, Beamer, I'm not a gambler.
Hey, good job taking the Cavs last night.
Yes, indeed. Kevin Sullivan is a high school soccer phenom in Philadelphia. Bob saw him over there past couple days. He is 14 years old, 5'7", 150 pounds, and he has just signed the largest homegrown contract in MLS history. Although we don't have details on that contract. He signed with his home team, Philadelphia Union. But Beamer, written into the contract is an agreement that allows Sullivan to transfer to Manchester City of the EPL after he turns 18, which won't happen until September of 2027.
It's a pretty impressive story. Kevin Sullivan is the younger brother of Quinn Sullivan, who has been a first-team player for Philadelphia since 2021. He's been a first-team player, his brother has, since he was 17. Younger brother, Kevin, is 14 years old, and he's just now getting his taste of the first team. We all know the story of Freddie Adu, right? I mean, we know that. Soccer phenom, burned too bright, and didn't really do anything. So he's the 5th youngest player to ever sign a first-team contract in league history. If he appears for the Philadelphia Union before July 29th of this year, he would surpass Freddie Adu as the youngest player ever to appear in MLS.
Okay. I don't want him to be Freddie Adu.
Nobody wants him to be Freddie Adu.
I want you to get that name out of your mouth when you're talking about this guy. Because kind of like Shark, I would like to see the U.S. men's national team win a World Cup before I die.
Yeah.
I've probably got
you got a 40, lifelong pill elixir or something?
I've got like 40 years left. I mean, so what is that, 10 shots, Beam?
Yeah.
I mean,
depending on the year of the cup. We'll give you 42.
I think I could probably get 10 more cups in me.
Okay.
We're
not winning it with Greg Berhalter in charge. So.
All right. Well, maybe he'll die soon then. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know what we're
fire him. Maybe we'll fire him.
Well, either way. Get fired, firing squad, all the same. But I'm just hoping for one of these things to happen. So if there's good young Americans, that's a win for me.
It is pretty cool. And congrats to him for signing with Manchester City, even though I hate them. It's pretty awesome to see 14-year-olds sign a professional contract with them. Never leave any decision open to the minds.
Think of all the VR bucks he can buy with that.
Thousands of VR, millions of VR bucks. Never leave any open decision to the minds of the internet. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Friday. Right now, we are still tracking a crash on the ramp from 71 northbound to 670 eastbound. Expect some lane closures as you hit those eastbound lanes of 670 as crews work to clear up a crash over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina, your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
At the end of every season, a coach evaluates his team. Just like at the end of winter, you should have your roof evaluated. Hi, I'm Bob McElligott for Schottenstein Roofing. Call the expert team at Schottenstein Roofing at 614-321-8888 or go to SchottensteinRoofing.com to get a free inspection of your roof. And if you need work done on it, don't forget, Schottenstein Roofing has unbeatable value and all of their work is backed for life. That in addition to interest-free financing options. Schottenstein Roofing, a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Hollywood Lights. Set sail with excitement at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Saturday, May 25th, you could be the lucky winner of a 7-day, all-expenses-paid Caribbean cruise for two. Not a sailor? No problem. Opt for $15,000 in cold hard cash instead. Play your favorite slots and table games throughout May to earn entries. More details at HollywoodColumbus.com. Remember, your adventure awaits at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. During the regular season, the Celtics ranked second in the NBA with 120.6 points per game. But last night in Game 2 of their second-round playoff series in Boston, the Celtics were held to just 94. Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert, and Evan Mobley combined for 71 points as the Cavaliers dumped Boston 118-94 to even the series at a game apiece. Out west, Oklahoma City has its first loss this postseason. The Thunder lost at home to Dallas 119-110, so that series is even at 1-all. In baseball, Corbin Carroll's RBI single in the 8th gave the Diamondbacks a 5-4 win in Cincinnati. That's 8 straight losses for the Reds. In Chicago, Eric Fetty pitched 6 shutout innings as the White Sox edged the Guardians 3-2. The Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Give yourself a goal of losing 40 pounds by the 4th. It's doable, it's easy, and your summer self will thank you. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Panic and Passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us for Friday. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark coming up here, 7:35. Haven't heard enough of this guy in the last 2 days. Austin Ward, he's going to join us for his traditional Friday spot coming up here at 7:35. Then AJ Hawk, he's going to round out the program with us as he does every Friday, coming up here at 8:35. So tons to get into here in the final couple hours of our week.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
When you were out yesterday, Bob, we talked to Albert Breer.
How's old Bert?
Bert's doing good. We asked him because we were obviously coming off the re-rack when we talked to Albert. You can go listen back to our podcast. If you missed Albert, he had a lot of great
I'm going to have to do that, Bean.
Yeah, there you go. You can listen to it wherever you get your podcast from. And Albert was good. So we were coming off the re-rack, and we were asking, Shark how he's feeling about the Cavs. And obviously the Cavs are in Boston. Albert is up in Boston. And so we were like, all right, so we're trying to get a game. Shark's just trying to get a game in the series.
Kings are from Boston.
He's trying to get one game in this series out of 7. So to be happy with a 5-game series. So we asked Albert immediately. I said, hey, AB, what are your expectations? What's the talk in Boston? What are they trying to do? He goes, guys, it'll be a disaster if they lose a game. He goes, it'll be like, oh, my God, here we go again. They're not going to do anything. This is going to be bad. He's like, but on the opposite hand of that, he goes, what's going to happen is if they sweep the Cavs, is that now the real talk is going to be like, well, they're not going to be tested.
Russ versus Russ.
Yeah, they're not going to be battle tested yet, and they don't know how to play in close games. So that was fun. And he ended the interview. He said, go C's, right? Obviously, he's up there in Boston. And we're like, all right, well, we'll see what happens tonight.
Well, that C stood for the Cavs.
That's what I said. And I said, the C stands for the Cavs as well. That's exactly what I said to him.
I don't think anybody in the sports realm would ever confuse saying go C's
with the Cavs.
Yeah.
But there happened to be, in the city of Boston last night, one hell of a Cavalanche. 118-94. The Cavs hammered the Boston Celtics last night.
You know what I call them? The Road Cavs.
Yeah, that's right. The Road Dogs.
Shark, you didn't think that they were a good road team.
You still got Moondog out there, Shark? Did he travel with the team?
They hadn't won a road game since 2018 in the playoffs.
That's good. They're good. They've been saving them up.
I hope you're right, Bob.
Was it last year that they had like a really good record against Boston? Or was it 2 years ago? It was like in the last couple of years, I want to say that they had a winning record against the Celtics. They were like, what did they play 4 times? Maybe 3-1 against them.
Three times.
Maybe they were 3-0.
I don't remember, Bob.
I'll have to go back and
they were
look at
1-2 this year. Now 2-3.
Now 2-3 against them.
The other ones don't matter. They're 1-1.
How are you feeling?
I mean, a road game.
We know you were feeling bad heading into the game last night, Sharky, but as that thing started to evolve, so the Cavs were up, Celtics come back, and then the Cavs start to pull away.
Well, I mean, the Celtics jumped out to a 14-5 lead.
Yep.
Cavs take a timeout, and you're thinking, oh, here we go again. And Cavs were able to tie it up at halftime, and then I think it was like 64-40 in the second half. The Cavs outscored them.
That's right, dude. Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan had 6 points in the first half, 23 in the second half.
You know what he said? I need to be better in the second half. You heard him, Shark. What was that, game 2 or game 3 said that against the Magic last series? Need to be better in the second half. Second half, Donovan getting it done.
How about you holding the Celtics under 100 points? I mean, you say defense wins championships, and in that league, traditionally not the case. But last night, man, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, first time this playoff season that the Celtics have been held under 100. They averaged 120.6 during the regular season, second best in the league. They were held to 94.
What do you think the talk there this morning is?
Oh, gosh. Sports talk in Boston, are you kidding me?
I mean, if you ever want to put you in the mood to go to a funeral, just put on Sports Talk in Boston. I mean, it is the most negative, hateful thing. And when I say go to a funeral, I'm talking your own.
And Philadelphia is not much better.
I never played in Philly, so I can't testify to that. But I played in New England, and listening to that, I mean, you would think like at 4-2, and this was 2012. He won 4 Super Bowls after this. Tommy's washed. Like everybody's calling in. Bill's giving him the special treatment. He'd have moved on by now.
He gave him Patriot.
Look at what he did with Braves. Like they start rattling off all the guys. They're going through it. I'm like, man, he's still pretty good. You know, like it was just wild. I'm like, we're 4-2 right now. This seems like an okay deal.
Where is Breer from?
Boston.
He is from Boston.
Yeah. Somewhere up there.
He came to Ohio State from Boston, huh?
Yeah. All the great ones come west for education.
I guess.
He's a great Buckeye, Albert Breer.
He loved it here. Why wouldn't he want to come here?
Well, no, I knew he lived in Boston. Now I didn't know that.
No, he's from there. Yeah, that's why he has such a strong tie to Boston stuff. I mean, that's where he was
I wonder
raised.
why ultimately that decision, because it does, out of all the places to come.
You know what? Why don't you put that on the show sheet? Ask him.
I will.
Albert, how'd you end up at Ohio State? I always ask
next
people
week
that.
we'll ask him that.
I'm like, when you're from like the East Coast or wherever, I'm like, how'd they end up there? One of my buddies who came here, and he was from Hoboken, and he was a little bit older. He had played like juniors hockey for a while, and he was coming out here and was driving here for his visit. And I was like, how'd you get Ohio State? He's like, I don't know. It was a big school. You know, I'm from Jersey, New York. I wanted to go to a bigger area and metro area. He goes, I'm driving out here. He goes, I stopped at Rock on the Range. Never even made it to Columbus. He goes, but it was one hell of a time. He goes, so I said, I'm coming to Ohio State.
That's amazing.
Are you kidding me? He goes, oh, no, that's real. I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, 100%. Like, well, there
Thank
you
you,
go.
Rock on the Range.
Yeah. It's like, do you have people that come here and like, I think people from the East Coast who haven't been here before are pleasantly surprised. And I think Albert liked football, like college football. Maybe that was part of it. And he may have some family ties here. I'll have to look back on that. But I think that like those are big parts of it. Is people come here like, man, this is big and it's cool and like there's a lot of stuff to do. And
this is better than I thought.
It's better than I thought. The secret in life, Shark, keep expectations low.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what some of those guys did. And they get here like, yeah, this is someplace I can go to school.
A lot of people go for the football programs. I mean, the amount of attendance that Alabama has had in the last 15 years or whatever.
Since Saban got there.
Oh, since Nick Saban has gone there. There was an article that was published on it. Like the dollar amount that the football program actually brought in Alabama was one thing, like through the athletic department, but the actual like admissions just skyrocketed because people wanted to go to Alabama because they wanted to watch the football
I want
team.
to go to a winning football program.
Yeah.
That's why I asked my wife. Like, I was always curious, why Ohio State? Like, well, I wanted to go to a place to go for the games. You get the student tickets. I'm like, is that real? Going to Ohio State for the student tickets?
It's a big part.
I guess. I mean, that's what I've been told.
Well, you wouldn't have experience. You wouldn't have
I watched
experience with
zero
that.
games.
What was
from
it
the
like when
stands.
you first watched your first Buckeye game?
So I'll tell you this story. We used to sit there, and I vividly remember Texas. It was like we played only a handful of night games when I was here. We had Washington my sophomore year, and I think Texas, and those are the only 2 night games we played. And so for night games, staying at the Blackwell, and if you get one of the rooms that looks out over the faces, I guess that would be west, so you can see the full tailgating scene in its glory. All the glory that it can provide.
St. John right there.
Oh, yeah, you're looking right south.
The East Lots.
The ROTC building, just dudes hammer, just watching people walk around with cases of beer just makes me feel good, you know. And AJ and I were sitting there. I think he was my roommate for Texas. Maybe not. No, I had someone younger. I think maybe AJ and I roomed together for Washington. And we were looking like, gosh, look how sweet that looks. These people out there just getting hammered drunk. The game's not for another 8 hours. You know, because we had meetings and stuff at like 3:30. Like, we'd head over to the game.
Look at these guys out here. That looks fun.
Yeah, so we had our stuff in the morning. We're watching the game. Like, look at these people just having a blast. It's
like human zoo.
It was like the state fair. I was like, gosh, I can't wait till I can come back and just get blackout drunk and wander around these games. I feel like I was really robbed. And so, I mean, when I would come back, the thing was when we would come back for a bye week, it was so fast. You'd fly in. At the end of the year, like by the end of my career, they put the constraints in where you had to give guys 4 days. But before that, I mean, Parcells, my rookie year, he told us that we got Saturday and Sunday off in our Friday morning meeting.
Come on.
That's what I said. Dude, all you did was cost me another $1,000 in plane tickets.
Because I'm going back.
100%. Like, if you might as well just said, because Bill was notorious for giving off Friday, practice Saturday, off Sunday.
That's brutal.
It's terrible. Terrible. Like, the practice Saturday wasn't that hard. It was just like.
But you're there. You're not leaving.
You got to stay. And so the guys like, we're practicing on Saturday. I think we're going to get the weekend off. So I think I told my wife, they think Thursday night we booked them. And then we like held American. You can hold them for 24. And I was like, hey, right after I got out, I called her. I was like, push the tickets through. You know, you didn't have a cell phone that had capabilities of that then.
Yeah, you had to call an attendant.
I hit my flip phone and was like, hey, just push them through. And we still bought them like the day before. But, you know, we'd always come in. It's like, boom, you want to see people. You're going out Friday night. That my first year, I'll never forget, was the Penn State game. We won 28-7. And that was when Antonio Smith had a pick six at the end to kind of seal it up. But it was 14-14. It was a tight game. And, I mean, it's like, gosh, that's what I really had true respect for the Warriors, where I'm like, they go out Friday night and they get up at 7:30, 8 o'clock and start drinking again on Saturday. It's like, gosh, this is hard. You got to really be dedicated to the craft.
The weekend warriors.
Yeah, committed to the cause. So, you know, doing that. But I couldn't really get involved with it until, you know, I think my first year out, I was back here and started doing the pregame show on Saturdays. I was like, well, I'm going to get down here. And, you know, show starts at 8:30 for a nooner. You know, may even just get the party going midway through the show and keep that thing riding. You know, night games, get the whole day. I mean, but I went down there. So for about a year, it was rough. That 2012 season was pretty tough.
You got it in. You got it in, though.
I'll never forget. I was leaving the Gateway after the Michigan game in 2012. And I was trying to get home.
What time was this, like 5 o'clock?
And no, not 8. No, like a.m. This was like, I was leaving the Gateway after the game that day of just staying down. Maybe we went home at 8 and then went back out again. I think I did that. Had some sort of sustenance in my body. And I was hanging out with like Bourne and Hireman and those guys. You know, they were renting my condo. And afterwards, I remember being in there and I just like looked around and I felt like I was in like the Matrix. I need to leave here. It's like 1 o'clock, 12:30. I was looking at Bourne pouring, just grabbing the bottle of vodka and pouring it in people's mouth. And I'm like, I gotta go. And there was people. This was before
your inner head is Bob. Get out of here.
I mean, everything was like moving so fast, and then it became clear, and I was like, I need to go. And so I went to leave, and I go outside. There was no Ubers yet. It was 2012.
Yeah.
And so I saw it, like there was a cab, and I saw some people running towards it and like walking towards it, but they were like 50 yards away from me. I was like, it's my cab. I'm getting home. So I sprint my balls off. I get in that cab, I cut them off about 5 yards, and just dive on in there. I was like, just drive, hey, north on lane. I'm like, just go north, or on High Street. I'm like, just go north, take a left on lane. And so we go there, whatever. And he's like, hey, buddy, are you falling asleep in the back? There's no Uber. He's like, hey, where are we going? I was like, keep going straight, take a left past Northwest. It's the first street there. It's a White House on the left. And then we get there, and I'll never forget, I woke up the next day. I was like, oh my gosh, my hamstring's really sore. What happened?
It's that 50-yard sprint to the cab at 2 a.m.
It was. I mean, I went all the way down. Whatever speed I had left, I mean, I had just got done playing, so I could still run. But I mean, I had been drinking all day, not hydrated at all, hydrated of a different color. And so that was, and that was probably when I was like, you know what, I need to probably stop doing it to this degree. I think I may have thrown up that night too.
Yeah, it's good. Well, you got everything
in a cup on my nightstand. I'm pretty sure. I told my wife, how did that, what
I
happened?
had bad food. I
was like, who did you throw up over here? She's like, no, that was you.
You didn't ask her that.
I had no recollection of it happening.
Did you throw up in this cup on my nightstand?
I was like,
why did you put that there?
I think she may have been pregnant too with Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure she was.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, did you throw, I thought maybe she was sick. I don't know.
That's a nice life lesson. I got to stop doing that.
Point of self-reflection in the morning, dude.
Jesse Owens is finally getting his due. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and a happy Friday to you. Right now, we are still watching a crash on I-670 eastbound. This is on the ramp from 71 northbound to 670 eastbound. Expect some lane closures over there as crews work to clear this out. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Sears Heating and Cooling. Sears Heating and Cooling is a locally owned family business, and for 72 consecutive years, Columbus has counted on Sears Heating and Cooling to keep them comfortable.
Whether it's her first Mother's Day or her 40th, she deserves more. Shop tons of stunning on-trend jewelry for every budget at Diamonds Direct. Diamond fashion jewelry, beautiful birthstones, everyday pearls starting at just $200. Commemorate the real loves of her life with a gorgeous pendant featuring the birthstone of the one who made her mom. This Mother's Day, Diamonds Direct has everything you need to say thank you. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Online at diamondsdirect.com.
Hey, Mother's Day is around the corner. It's Bobby Carpenter. I want to make my mom feel special. I want to make my wife feel special. And I'm going to do that with the help of, you guessed it, Bob Evans. They help your family feel loved. They take the stress off of mom's plate with the Mother's Day brunch bundle. It's the hot cakes or the French toast, kiss with that fresh strawberry topping, or the Mother's Day breakfast bundle. It's that signature sausage and gravy you all love. Or just get the gift cards and make it easy for mom for dine-in or carry-out. Check them out at bobevans.com.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and the playoff action is here. And there isn't a more rewarding sportsbook in the game than Tipico. Get ready to bet on the biggest games of the year, the playoff basketball, the hockey, the actions every night. You want to make the most of every game? You've got to bet with Tipico. You'll get up to 5% cash back on your bets. Claim your new sign-up bonus now and get $150 in protected bets when you deposit $100. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan150 to get your bonus. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions do apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we'll chat with local pro Wyatt Worthington, qualified for next week's PGA Championship, plus SI.com's Gary Van Sickle.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick, presented by X-Golf. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia, often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
At the James at Ohio State, you're choosing the experts who understand there is no routine cancer.
where your care is delivered by a highly specialized team dedicated to studying and treating just one type of cancer, yours. And where 1,700 scientists are working on new treatments and new hope for every form of cancer. All at the region's only comprehensive cancer center, designated by the National Cancer Institute. You didn't choose cancer, but the choice of where to treat it is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio, and your business is our priority. Glow Fiber delivers reliably fast, custom, and prepackaged internet plans to meet the growing needs of your business. And our dependable 24/7 personal support means your business stays connected. Glow Fiber is here, and we mean business. Find out more at 833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today. Glow Fiber Business is not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
More showers across central Ohio on this Friday morning. Those should start to become less so by the afternoon. We'll start temperatures in the 50s out there and warm to the mid-60s. We'll see a return of cooler weather Friday night with temperatures in some spots hitting the 40s. Rain and some storms return Saturday, but no strong weather. Warmer and drier as we head into Mother's Day. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Here's along here, Friday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Austin Ward, our great friend, he's going to join us coming up here, 7:35 in our next segment. So we're just talking about how people decide to come to Ohio State, and a lot of it is based on the football program, and you want to see that, student tickets. And Bobby, you were recapping your great first trip to a Buckeye game as a fan. Not as a recruit, not as a player, but when you were out.
Well, it's in poor form if you tailgate as a recruit before the game, Beam. I mean, you're still trying to. A player. There may have been a teammate of mine who was suspended for a game, and that came into the locker room before the game, and our coach had to tell him, our position coach, like, hey, you might want to get out of here before Coach Tress and D'Antonio see you. He's like, what have you been doing this whole time? Just been hanging out with my family. Jeez. He's like, did you camp down the sideline? Not in the current state that you're in. Not in the current state that you're in.
You got I'm not telling you need to leave, but you can't be here.
I'm telling you I'm not telling you need to leave, but you need to leave.
Yeah, but you need to. Do I need to volunteer for that? You're being voluntold. No, get out of here. So scram.
He actually did him a favor because
of all
the coaches, Snides was the one that was like coolest about it. Like, dude, GTFO, you're good, but if anyone else sees you, I didn't.
You're bad.
I didn't see you.
Yeah.
You just left.
That's going to be your problem if that happens. It's a way to watch out for it. So we were talking about Nick Saban in Alabama and how much money that he's created for that university just down there in admissions. Between 2007 and 2022, enrollment at the University of Alabama increased by 51%.
Yeah, that's big.
51% increase.
Well, people don't realize what that does, and this started here a little bit in 2002 when we won the national championship then, but all the academic people love to have higher standards. Mm-hmm. Our ACT, SAT, this is what our scores are. This is what our average GPA is. All these different things. This is why we're not going to let Beam in originally. We'll have to make his way.
Got denied.
Make his way from
Western Kentucky via Sinclair.
Oh, I forgot you went to Sinclair.
Oh, yeah, Coach did a couple of quarters at Sinclair.
There you go.
It was to be quite honest with you, I have a degree from Ohio State. Sinclair education was great because they were smaller classes, and I learned a lot. Good. I learned a lot about
myself.
Myself the most.
Hammerjacks, Oregon District, all the good places.
Tartan Pride.
Yeah.
Go Tarts.
I don't even know where we were going with this. Oh, but anyway, so when you have more people apply, like at Ohio State, I mean, they're maxing out. But when you have more people apply, you can be more selective then in who your applicant and who you accept. And so your matriculation rate is going to be lower, but it's going to be more elite, more upper crust. And so that is what it does, is it drives not only admissions increases, but then it also raises the academic qualifications for you to get in because you have more higher qualified candidates applying.
Said according to university data, freshman applications have almost doubled in the past decade, with out-of-state students making up 79% of applicants.
People think it'd be cool to go down there.
That's it. Yeah, that's at Bama.
There's people from Ohio that go down there. Who the hell wants to go down? You got Ohio State.
I have a friend that went down to Alabama.
That sounds terrible.
What are you doing?
Dress up in a suit and go to a football game?
That sounds awful. When we were down on Bourbon Street, when Ohio State was playing Alabama in the 2014 semifinal, we met this guy. It was me, it was Meredith, and it was our buddy who he was living, well, not with us at the time because we were still in school, but lived with us afterwards. Third wheel Nick. And
Third wheel Nick.
And so we were down there. We were hanging out at some grungy bar. I think it was called the Bayou or whatever it was. They had a sweet little outdoor patio. And we got talking to this Alabama fan. His name was Scotch. His name was Scotch.
Dutch.
Not Scott, not Dutch, Scotch. That was just his name. And he was all decked out. He had the croquis on. He had the visor.
Oh,
he had the,
it looked like he had a Halloween costume.
Yeah, of course.
If you were going to go to a game dressed as an Alabama fan.
That was what you would think. Like he was wearing the suit jacket, I'm sure, to the game. He was doing everything. And I'll never forget. And
he was sure he wanted to have the wrap on in case he started fly fishing.
I'll never forget talking to him either because he was a super nice guy. Super, super nice guy. I asked, I was like, how do you feel about us coming in? He was like, I think I'm the only one that's nervous about you guys. So like he was kind of honest about it. And he goes, I just don't understand the way that you dress. It all looks like you are homeless.
Good.
I will never forget that. The way that they treat game days is like, put on your Sunday best and let's roll. For us, it's like jerseys. Like he just didn't get it. Like that's the cultural difference, which is crazy. So at the same time, the College of Alabama tripled its endowment.
Yeah.
I mean,
because then people want to give money. They want it. I want winners. People want to be associated with winning.
Of course
Imagine
they do.
that. Imagine that. These aren't revolutionary concepts in marketing and advertising, like how this works. The most prominent part of any university is this college football program.
Yeah.
Maybe outside of schools like Duke and Kentucky, Kansas, where it'd be your basketball program. But like 90-some% of schools, it's going to be your football program. And like Bo called it that, and I think Ted Carter even referred to it. And Ross, Bjork, like these guys, they call it the front porch of the university, which is what it is. It's the first thing you see. It's the most visible aspect of everything. That's why it's important for it to be good and productive.
World Athletics commemorated Jesse Owens and the Day of Days earlier this week.
What's the Day of Days?
Almost 90 years ago, May 25th, 1935, the then 21-year-old Ohio State track and field athlete set 4 world records in Berlin, or in the Big Ten championships in 45 minutes at Michigan's Ferry Field. So he's actually getting a plaque, Bob, to honor Owens' accomplishments. Owens' family and representatives from Michigan and Ohio State's track and field teams will unveil a World Athletics Heritage plaque. There are only 12 of those worldwide.
Hey, you know what Jesse Owens didn't win? Whatever that award we were talking about with Shark was.
Oh, the
Sullivan.
The Dan Sullivan Memorial Award winner.
Four world records and gold medals. No Sullivan Award.
Can't win that. Can't win that. One of 12 World Heritage sites, though. So that, I mean, he's getting his due. Obviously, it's been a long time since that's happened. But I saw that. I'm like, that is tremendous. That one of 12 in the world belongs to one of our guys.
Do you know what his world record was, Beam?
One of the 4, the 1, the 2, long jump, and
the the 100. What that would be? What his 100-meter record was in 1936?
10. Like 10 of 10.
I didn't know if you actually knew.
No,
it.
I don't know it.
Jesse Owens. We're going to pull this up here because we're going to do a little study real quick, Beam. And we might even ask Austin Ward about it.
He won the 1, the 2, long jump, and the 4x1.
Yeah. Do you know what his record or his time was, though?
No.
And this is what I'm trying to figure out because that was 1935. Good news. You know, the horse ran in 1935. It was a good track. 2:05. So only 2 seconds slower.
At 21 years old, Jesse Owen ran a 9.4 in the 100 yard. It's 100 yards. It wasn't meters.
Yeah, okay. So it was 10 yards shorter. So he was probably around a 10.
9.4.
Yeah. I mean, so human beings have got significantly faster since then. Horses, still not.
Haven't chatted with this guy in a long time. Austin Ward is up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning to you. Right now, we are watching crews clear up a crash on the ramp from 71 northbound to 670 eastbound. Expect some small lane closures over there as they work to clear this out. The rest of your Central Ohio roadways are looking nice and clear. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Hi, this is Bob McElligott for Schottenstein Roofing. If you need repairs or replacement for your roof, siding, gutters, or windows, call Schottenstein Roofing at 614-321-8888. Schottenstein Roofing, a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Attention HVAC contractors. For nearly a century, R.E. Michaels' contractor-first approach has built trust and true partnerships with contractors across the country. Now their exclusive brand, AirTemp, is available to you and delivers homeowners the best value in home comfort. AirTemp equipment is manufactured to the highest standards and is known for quality, reliability, and value. Come visit your local R.E. Michael branch today or visit remichael.com to learn more.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Safe Auto Insurance is now Direct Auto Insurance. What's the difference? Basically, the name. Direct Auto offers savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, just like you're used to. Which means you never have to make trade-offs when it comes to paying for car insurance. So don't even think about carpooling to work with Talkative Ted. It's time to stop compromising and keep driving with Direct Auto. Get a free quote at directauto.com or call 1-877-GO-DIRECT. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
The Fan is your home for the Dallas Cowboys.
No, we're not. You can't say that. Take two.
The Fan is your home of the Buckeyes. Yes, that's right. Same thing, but more playoff success. Now give Big Voice Guy another brandy. Thank you. The Fan.
Always at the forefront of new technology, Tire Discounters announces our latest breakthrough, TD Chat BS. This software allows us to detect untruths, deceptions, and even outright lies.
Let's listen in as we call a local car dealer.
Hi, I drive your model of auto or truck. I need servicing.
Oh, that's great. You should always call the dealer for service to make sure your warranty stays intact.
Untruth.
Excuse me?
I can attend at Tire Discounters for all services, even for all manufacturers' scheduled maintenance. Warranty not affected. Afflicted. No, affected was right.
But it's only us dealers who really know our own models.
Deception. Tire Discounters ASE technicians are certified experts for all makes and models.
Okay, maybe.
How many dollars do you charge me for? As few as Tire Discounters?
We are not that much more.
Outright lie. Ending call now. Bye. Adios. Aloha. Hasta la pasta.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain, but that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge, super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app, so climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Looking to step up your Mother's Day flowers? The Home Depot has an idea. Let Mom's Green Thumb do some digging with colorful flowers, pots, and premium soils to bring out the most in her patios, walkways, and gardens. Right now, get Vigoro potting soil just $8.97 for strong, healthy, vibrant plants, indoors and outside. Shop our wide selection online and pick up your order in-store and give Mom the gift of a beautiful garden. Get Vigoro potting soil just $8.97 at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. See homedepot.com/delivery for details.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Friday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Haven't chatted with this guy in a long time.
A guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio Two-Man Scramble League. Here's Austin Ward.
And Austin is brought to you by Awaken 180. We brought your old intro back, Commish.
All I had to do was trade 2 days of work to get it back on the radio on Friday morning.
That's right. What have you been up to here in these last 22 and a half hours since we last talked to you?
Oh, man, I traveled the world. I recharged the batteries. It was just delightful. Then I was attacked by a Cavaliers.
How great was that? I mean, it had to feel pretty good. Shark, he's been crying over there, thought the Cavs would never win a game in this series, let alone a 20-point road victory in the Garden, killing them in their shop.
I mean, that was a virtuoso performance from the Cavaliers. But I heard Shark multiple times over the last 2 days, guarantee victory. So I'm sure that he got a little extra lunch money jingling in his pockets this morning. He's got to feel good about what is now a new series with the Cavs in control after stealing one in Boston.
Yeah, so I was talking to Bob earlier, and I'm like, hey, we had Albert on yesterday, and Albert said that they'd be overreacting like crazy if the Cavs went in there and won. And so my then follow-up, Austin, was like, I'm sure that they're having quite the morning in Boston Sports Talk Radio right now, dealing with the Cavaliers that just happened in their place.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably pretty easy in Boston to come up with some topics on the radio this morning. Maybe easier in Boston than it is in Columbus, where the Buckeyes are still months away from getting back out there for training camp. And this is what we call stretching season in my line of work. Well,
tell us how you're stretching it then. I mean, we know that you're lean and you look longer and stretched out. I mean, but how? Stretch Armstrong, exactly over there. How are we stretching this out? What are we looking at? What angle are we taking this week, Austin?
Yeah, this week, Bill Landis and I, we went through we've been going position by position, and we did the defense this week. Was something that was a spring review, but we called it Take Two. It was like both of us had the things that we left with lasting impressions. Well, the number one impression that we each had for each position group. So we've been working through that, and Bill had also broke down the projected depth chart 2.0. So that's the stuff that we're doing in May. Generally, the coaching staff will have a day or a couple days in May where we can go in and pick their brain a little bit and get some final updates on what they saw throughout spring, what they view for their respective position groups going into summer and then training camp in August. So don't have that quite yet scheduled on the books for the Buckeyes, but that's usually a huge day for us because it then allows us to turn the page and then survive June, which I think May is the longest, most difficult month on the calendar for Ohio State football coverage. Now, the whole 12 months has changed with the way that the calendar is set up, and it is more of a 360. It was always at Ohio State a 365-day-a-year job. That's how much interest there is in the Buckeyes. But getting through that May month when a lot of the guys have not even been on campus, they had a chance to go home like that. That makes it a little more challenging to get through that, but that's sort of been our attack plan for this month, Bob.
I heard Austin and Beam and I were talking about this morning. New proposal, and right now this is it is stretching season, but there is a lot of news and potential changes that are coming to the world of college athletics with the NIL stuff and revenue share and how all that's going to work. And one of the newer things that I just heard about this morning, as Beam and I were discussing, is the potential elimination of walk-ons and like capping the football rosters at 85. And I guess you wouldn't even have to offer the full 85 scholarships, but you couldn't go past that as far as roster count. I mean, how do you think that will be received, and what do you think the genesis of that was?
I think it'll be received pretty poorly, and I don't really understand the motivation for doing so unless they think that it becomes legally impossible to do so, to have the bulk of your roster, virtually all of your roster, sharing revenue, reaping the benefits of scholarships, travel. And I think there's parts of this conversation that I think are worth remembering with the revenue sharing, which is overdue and is going to happen. But when they get to the amount, they're having a hard time figuring what percentage that needs to be, because some schools are, already investing upwards of six figures in each individual player when you account for the food, not just the scholarship, but the food, the coaching, the travel, all the things that go into actually playing games throughout the course of the year. Some schools like Ohio State are paying, at least $100,000 per person, per athlete on that team. So I think that's probably where they're getting into a hard time is, well, how are you going to, if you're close to employee classification without even calling them employees, how are you going to treat 85 scholarship players to this amount of revenue sharing, this amount of extra benefits, and then have people that are there doing it for nothing? I think that's probably where a lot of this is coming from, Bob, and I can understand that. But it's an example, I think, of the trade-offs that have to be made in these negotiations. Well, okay, if you're a Power 5 football coach and you want to have a salary cap, well, you're not going to be able to skirt it by having players on there who don't count against it at all. And that's where all of this is coming from, and it is why the issue is so complicated and tricky, and how many other factors. Every time you think that NCAA and college football administrators, Power 5 administrators are well down the road and about to make a deal, then you go down another path. You think, oh, well, maybe we didn't think about this, and how the walk-ons count into the conversation. So that's one more hurdle that has to be cleared.
He's Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. It does seem for every problem that seems to be solved, Austin, like two more problems sprout up their heads.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of tentacles to this thing, obviously, and that's why I don't think it was taken on in the past, because we knew that there would be these issues, and then you start talking through them out loud. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that presents a hurdle. Have you and Bill Landis or Berm discussed, as you're into stretching season, talking about your depth chart 2.0 and then potentially what a depth chart 3.0 could look like? I feel like that might knock off a day for you guys.
Are you suggesting that we just do one every day?
I'm suggesting that you go back and look where potentially you make your mistakes at 2.0 and look forward to 3.0 without releasing 3.0, though.
Well, sometimes we take the current depth chart, whatever version it is, and we don't always agree on it. Bill is generally the most accurate, but we'll take wherever we might disagree, and then we'll spill that over to the podcast daily and just get more content out of it that way. Like, here's where I think Bill is wrong, and then Bill will obviously win the argument in most cases because he's much more of a talent evaluator and X's and O's guru than I will ever be. Sometimes I do win, but not very often. But that's how you stretch, baby. That's how you get through May.
Hey, before we get you out of here, I know you'll be down at Lower.com Field tomorrow night. Hell is Real, starting later on in the evening. What's your final match prediction for the Columbus Crew against Kentucky FC? Yeah,
it's always important, Beam, to fire up your gambling app and take the exact score. Like that's the only way.
113 to 100 didn't come to fruition last night.
You were so close last night to hitting that. And I have a feeling that I will be tomorrow night when everybody files out around 9:45-ish, that the Columbus Crew and Ohio will be black and gold, and they will do so with a 6-0 victory.
Oh, 6-0. Love it. T-Bone and I predicted both 3-0 on the podcast, so we're just going to double that up and put it to 6. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game tomorrow, and we'll check in again next week, all right?
I'll see you guys next week, and I'll see the studio at 6 o'clock with Tim Hall on the Buckeye Show.
All right, there he goes. Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Hey, and it's raining right now, but remember, it's almost pool season. It's going to be here before you know it. You'll be out of school, and it's time for you to go see my friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. They're just not here to optimize your T levels. Nope. They're here for weight loss as well, if that's something that you need. That's right, Affinity. They can help you lose weight and help alleviate the symptoms that come with low T. Affinity, they offer semaglutide injections that promote weight loss in addition to testosterone treatments, so you can say goodbye to low energy, low libido. Hello to weight loss and muscle gain. Who doesn't want that? You can cruise around shirtless just like I do all over the place and feel good about life. So now, check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Do not wait. Go to feelgreatcolumbus.com.
We'll let you know what has this juice next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching a crash on the ramp from 71 northbound to 670 eastbound that has those eastbound lanes slightly slow moving. Also watching a crash on I-270 southbound just beyond 33. The right 2 lanes blocked over there leading up to Alum Creek Drive. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom. Instant classics are exciting, but true legends have impact over time, like how Plant Moran has been counted on by companies and clients for the past 100 years. Counted on for advice by the workwear brand you zip up every day. Counted on for guidance by the zoos and aquariums inspiring the next generation. Counted on for a holistic approach by those growing, protecting, and sharing their wealth. From accounting to tax, consulting to wealth management, we are built year after year on the stories and success we help others achieve. Here's to the next 100 years of Plant Moran. Count on us.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Spring is a season full of new life and new opportunities to celebrate. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. Anniversaries, new babies, graduations, plus everything in between, discover the perfect gift for every occasion. Visit us at the Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or Easton Town Center.
Hollywood Lights. Set sail with excitement at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Saturday, May 25th, you could be the lucky winner of a 7-day, all-expenses-paid Caribbean cruise for 2. Not a sailor? No problem. Opt for $15,000 in cold hard cash instead. Play your favorite slots and table games throughout May to earn entries. More details at HollywoodColumbus.com. Remember, your adventure awaits at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Have you heard? Skyline now has nachos with a layer of queso blanco under that amazing Skyline chili and cheese. Try them straight up or get the deluxe nachos with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and sour cream at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
When you have to stop but don't really want to, stop at BP. Because BP has everything you need to keep it going. Fuel to keep the adventures going. The BP Me app to keep the savings and the commutes going. Snacks and drinks to keep the crew going. And the BP Me Rewards Visa to keep the rewards going and going and going. A stop at BP isn't a stop at all. Keep it going.
I just wanted to give a shout out to all the moms out there. Being a teenager can be tough, but I can't imagine how hard it must be to be a mom. You're always juggling a million things at once and you never get a break. That's why I think all the moms out there deserve a day of pampering at Kenneth's Salon and Day Spa. They work so hard and never ask for anything in return.
Celebrate your mom with a gift card from Kenneth's. For every $100 spent on gift cards, you'll get another $10 bonus card redeemable in June, July, or August. Get yours at Kenneth's.com or visit any Kenneth's location.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BIKE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BIKE to 321-321. That's BIKE to 321-321.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Showers across the region this morning will start to taper by the late afternoon, including the return of some sunshine. We'll start the day off in the low 50s and warm into the mid-60s by this afternoon. Cool temperatures overnight, dropping in some spots to the 40s with the return of showers and storms Saturday. Drier weather in the forecast for Mother's Day. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
This is Long here, Friday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Right now, we do this. 5-yard penalty. False start.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Bob, big little Friday, buddy. What are you juiced about?
Oh, just juiced and happy to be back here, Beam.
It's great to have you back.
I know it is. The Shark says that to everybody. But it is great to be back. Had a good time with United Garage Door out in Philly, doing some leadership and development with them. Got a chance to see a Phillies game. So it's the first baseball game I've been to in person in at least a decade. In Major League. I've been to the Clippers game since then, but it's been quite a while. Might be almost 15 years to tell you the truth, but it was good. It was a nice day. Getting to watch Bryce Harper, those crew guys run around out there. It was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it. So that was good. Got some great news. My man Nate Ebner, our guys over at Carpenter, did some good work for him, and he was very happy. He's like, the customer service was tremendous. They've been really nice, really good. So I always love hearing that because our guys work hard, and guys and gals work hard, and so it's nice to hear them be able to do that and provide great service. And then, Beam, we've been sitting on this one for a while, and I think it's
the eagle and the claw, or
the
something.
eagle and the crow.
Ooh.
It's an O, not an A. So it's pretty appropriate here because, people get really nervous and they get nervous energy about how they think you're getting attacked all the time. And I said, listen, I had to watch in my feed last night, Tyrion Lannister, the lions don't concern themselves with the opinions of the sheep. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about those things.
I watched Prince Oberyn get his
that's the one I
popped out of his skull.
That's the one I sent you. The other thing is don't spike the ball until you're in the end zone.
Yep.
That's the story of Prince Oberyn. He knows. But I think this is very appropriate because people get really worried about how things are going and you're going to get attacked and, hey, our show's doing good, but is it good enough, Beam? Well, here you go, Sharky.
The only bird that dares to peck an eagle is the crow. The crow sits on the eagle's back and bites its neck. The eagle does not attempt to shake it off or fight it. It doesn't spend its time or energy on the small nuisance. Instead, it just opens its wings and begins to rise higher into the sky. The higher the flight, the harder it is for the crow to breathe and hold on, until it eventually falls off due to a lack of oxygen. Learn from the eagle, and don't spend your time fighting crows. Just keep ascending. They may be along for the ride in the beginning, but they'll soon fall off. Do not allow yourself to succumb to these petty distractions. Keep your focus on the things above, and keep rising.
There you go, Beam.
That was great. I'd never heard that analogy before.
Sometimes, Beam, I'm glad that we've sat on that for a couple days because I think it was even more appropriate. So everybody out there, exciting. Just continue to look onward and upward. And when people latch on, just continue to soar high, Beam.
That's right.
Don't worry about anything else. Shark, what Schlei's got to say?
Fluff me up in my intellect. That's just what we need. A bunch of fluffers. You like how I said that, just kind of really nonchalant? I didn't want to get too juiced on that. I really wanted it to sink in.
I like how he said, do you like how I was nonchalant? Let me bring it up. Just let me bring it right to your attention.
So I'm watching golf last night. Went a little late because they had a delay down there in North Carolina.
And it's about 5 minutes before tip-off, and I thought I better get my...
Still playing golf? I mean, it's getting dark a little bit? Twilight round?
No, Cavs started at 7. This is like 6:45. Yeah. Anyway, I put some money down on an SGP, Bob, a same-game parlay on the Cavs-Celtics. I took the Cavs getting 13.
Yep.
The over-under was 213.
Oh, by the time... Okay.
So... we're getting down to the end of the game, and it's tough. It's really tough taking unders in the NBA because, I mean, 240.
Life's too short. Life's too short to bet the under.
Yeah. It's not uncommon in that league to have 240 points in a game. So they're at 213. They're at 212. The over-under is 213, and there's about a minute to go. And the Cavs thankfully took the air out of the ball. Ran out the shot clock, got penalized, and then Boston didn't attempt to take a shot. So I won by a point.
You won the under? Oh, you took the under.
I took the under.
Nice.
And I hit.
And you got the win. I mean, should have took him on the money line, Shark.
Yeah, boy.
That was like 7-1 odds.
Gosh.
Yeah.
It was pretty robust.
You've been eating steak tonight.
Well, I'll still have a hamburger, Bob. I saw this story by 11 Warriors. Rick Hausman was a walk-on for Woody Hayes' national championship team in 1968, but he left the team to join the Army and serve in the Vietnam War. 2 months after he arrived in Vietnam, Hausman was killed in action. Now, 56 years later, he has been awarded honorary gold pants from that 50-14 win over Michigan in 68. Our Jim Lachey, who is the current president of the Gold Pants Club, gave the gold pants to Hausman's 2 sisters this week during a ceremony at the Woody Hayes Center. And later this year, Hausman is going to receive a 1968 championship ring from Ohio State. Now, I have read books about that season. I've known guys that were on that team, and I never, ever heard that story. Obviously, long overdue, but thanks to Jimmy Lachey and the Buckeyes for making that happen. And then finally, the Hockey World Championships start today in Prague. And we have several Blue Jackets competing. Elvis Merzlikins is playing for Latvia.
Is he a Blue Jacket still?
He is still, as of today, a Blue Jacket. Johnny Gaudreau and Zach Werenski are playing for the United States, and Damon Severson is playing for Canada. And, of course, Rick Nash is the GM for the Canadian team. So that has me juiced. Beam, what has you juiced?
What has me juiced? I'll do this in the next segment because your daughter called you last night, Shark, and was having a laughing fit. So we made fun of Tim Hall in this segment yesterday with his live Sports Center update because Sharky said he had a nightmare that he was getting ready to record an update and go live, and he didn't have a script. And then I just played what Tim did in his Sports Center update, out of breath, didn't have a script, couldn't get a soundbite in.
That was so great.
So we played that, and then Tim had a roast of me last night, and I got a couple of good clips. I'll play you of
Way to
me.
get out of your silos.
I will play you a couple of clips of me messing up on the air, which, Shark, I think you'll get a lot of enjoyment at. If you can't laugh at yourself, then who can you laugh at? And then Bayer Leverkusen also has me juiced. German team over in the Bundesliga. They won the league championship. They went off at 3,000 to 1 odds to win the championship at the beginning of the year. To even best that, Bob, they played in their 49th match consecutively this year without defeat. 49 games in a row. They have either won or drawn. And the most incredible part about this with them is that 16 times out of the 46 games which they've either won or drawn, 16 times they've scored in the 90th minute or later to get those results.
Ooh, nice.
And they just did the same thing yesterday against Roma in the Europa League semifinal. So that was pretty awesome. That's got me fired up. Hasn't been since the 60s since we've seen a team with that many consecutive wins and draws in a row. I don't make fun of myself, Shark, coming up in the re-rack next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear up a crash on the ramp from 71 northbound to 670 eastbound. Expect a little bit of slow-moving, lingering traffic over there. Also, watch for slowdowns over on I-270 southbound, just beyond 33 on the southeast side. The right 2 lanes slightly blocked off in those southbound lanes of 270, leading up to Alum Creek Drive. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Attention HVAC contractors.
For nearly a century, R.E. Michaels' contractor-first approach has built trust and true partnerships with contractors across the country. Now their exclusive brand, AirTemp, is available to you and delivers homeowners the best value in home comfort. AirTemp equipment is manufactured to the highest standards and is known for quality, reliability, and value. Come visit your local R.E. Michael branch today or visit remichael.com to learn more.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not a rate based on Terry, who keeps and makes the car behind them. Oh no, they're about to. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Have you heard? There's always more at Speedway, like a Big Bite hot dog and Big Gulp drink for only $2.50. Are you dreaming of that fizzy Big Gulp, or a dressed-up hot dog with zesty relish, or spicy jalapenos, or tangy mustard, or... Okay, wipe the drool off your face. Well, whatever you're in the mood for, we have it, and we mean all of it. Now, you can get more with less, like your go-to combo. Get your big meal deal for only $2.50 with Speedy Rewards. There's always more at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. Speedway has the right to end this promotion early, plus tax. Participating U.S. stores only. See app for full terms. All rights reserved.
Evan Cohen here from Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio for True Green. Are you ready to elevate your lawn game without breaking the bank? True Green has been the trusted choice for over 2 million homeowners for over 50 years. Visit TrueGreen.com and discover the easiest and affordable way to achieve a pro-level lawn guaranteed. Plus, enjoy True Green's verified price matching, ensuring you get the best lawn for the best price. Visit TrueGreen.com and transform your lawn effortlessly. That's TrueGreen.com. Your dream lawn is just around the corner. We all know breakfast is an important part of your day, but sometimes when you're traveling for business, you end up staying at a hotel that doesn't offer any. You know what happens? You grab a cup of coffee and skip the meal entirely. We've all been there. But if you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you can enjoy their free Bright Side breakfast featuring delicious baked goods, fruit, eggs, yogurt, and waffles. And really, who doesn't want to start their day with a fresh, hot waffle? Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. The Cavaliers were 13-point underdogs going into Game 2 of their second-round NBA playoff series in Boston. They came out of the game with a 24-point win. Donovan Mitchell scored 23 of his 29 points in the second half as the Cavs whipped the Celtics 118-94 to even a series at a game apiece. According to ESPN, the 24-point win was the biggest in the playoffs by a double-digit underdog since 1991. Game 3 is tomorrow night in Cleveland. Out west, the Mavericks beat the Thunder 119-110 in Oklahoma City to even that series at 1-all. In baseball, Jose Ramirez and Josh Naylor hit back-to-back homers in the 8th inning at Chicago, but that was the only offense the Guardians could muster in a 3-2 loss to the White Sox. The Reds scored 3 in the 7th to bounce back from a 4-1 deficit, but Arizona came right back with a run in the 8th to win in Cincinnati 5-4. Corbin Carroll's RBI single was the game winner. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan.
Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Friday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here, 8:35, AJ Hawk. Going to check in with him. Talk all kinds of good things with AJ. Austin Ward joined us in the 7 o'clock hour. If you missed that, you can always download the podcast around 9:05. And if you're unable to listen live, well, guess what? You can go on a stream and listen to it wherever you get your streams at. You can be at home. You could be on a laptop. You could be on a smart speaker. I don't know how it works, but you can do that. It's via magic.
Just ask for it.
Yeah, just ask for it. Anywhere you can get your streams, we're there.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Cavaliers last night in Boston, 118-94 final score. The series is tied, 1 apiece, now heading back to the city of Cleveland, Ohio. Game number 3 coming up tomorrow, 8:30. Shark, I know how we were feeling heading into last night's game. Now, home court is yours.
Yeah, you've got to maintain home court advantage, Beam. You can't split at home or they regain home court advantage in Boston.
The good news for you is that you haven't lost a home game
Undefeated, 4-0.
That's right. I'm going to say they'll split.
Okay. So you're going to hand home court?
So we'll go 2-2
Give it right back.
to
You're just
Beantown.
conceding it just like that?
Well, I'm not wishing that happens, but I'm predicting that will happen.
Are they winning tomorrow, or are they... are you going? We told you you should go to that game.
No, I'm not going.
Okay. I mean, they were 13-point dogs. That is a massive margin for a playoff game.
To win by 24.
That's
like I just said in the Sports Center update.
Yeah.
The first time that a double-digit underdog has won by 24, at least 24 points since 1991.
Wow. I wasn't alive. I wasn't alive the last time that happened.
You weren't.
You can still get in the door for $83 though if you want.
83. Yeah. That's pretty good.
I thought for sure after the game last night that those ticket prices would
jump
go
up.
Yeah, it would go
well,
way up.
People were still drunk, hungover from the celebrations.
You're right. I wonder how that is going to look at like noon today if the ticket prices are going to be up. So you get game number 3 tomorrow in Cleveland.
Imagine if they win game number 3, I would imagine game 4, those ticket prices will be pretty significant.
I would 1,000%.
You got a chance to go up 3-1. That would be big.
Yeah, of course it would.
That's what she said.
Hell is Real tomorrow, 7:45. It is the Crew's last home game until June 22nd.
So they welcome up the Mexican squad?
No, they're not coming up here. We're going down there. It's just it's a one-leg final.
They have their elections, so they had to move it.
They did, and they just moved it the day before. So it's their last home game. Cincinnati, obviously, tomorrow. We had a lot of Crew content this week. Chris Doran joined us, play-by-play man. Prez Bez joined us yesterday, which was pretty awesome. So Hell is Real tomorrow evening, 7:45. Again, their last home game until June 22nd. So 6 weeks' time. I would imagine that atmosphere tomorrow is going to be pretty darn impressive as well over at Lower.com Field. So super pumped about that. So this all started, Shark, on a dream that you had. Will you, if you weren't listening yesterday, will you recap this dream that you were having for us?
I hadn't gotten much sleep on Wednesday. All right, because I stayed up during the day to watch the Guardians game, so I didn't get to bed till like 3:45. I was up at 8:30, and so at midnight, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go take a nap for an hour before I have to get up and come into work. And during that hour, at the end of that hour, I had one of those nightmares that happens occasionally, where I'm getting ready to do my Sports Center update, and the bed fires for the music, and I don't have any copy in front of me. And so now I've got to ad-lib the sportscast, and it was just awful. I'm sure my heartbeat was racing in my sleep, but the alarm went off, and I was just thrilled when I realized that it was all just a dream.
So on the heels of that, we played this, which is a real-life example
Radio
of this happening.
97.1 FM, Sports Center.
Good evening, I'm Tim Hall, getting ready for some hockey tonight. You'll get the Columbus Blue Jackets just a couple games away from getting to 500. They will take on the New York Rangers today in New York. Yes, coming up here at 6:45. Your coverage on the Fan. Puck drop will be at 7 o'clock. That one will be an interesting game for sure. College football, Mac Brown getting ready to coach Texas in the Alamo Bowl against Oregon. He says his job situation has not changed. He also said he's still looking forward to meeting with President Bill Powers and Athletics Director Steve Patterson to the NFL. Good one tonight for Thursday Night Football. The Chargers are in Denver to take on the Broncos.
You out of breath? Do you need a second?
On NFL Network.
I'll just talk for a second.
I am completely out of breath.
What were you doing, running down the hall?
Running down the hall. Printer is out of paper. Can't get a soundbite in.
All right.
Absolute total train wreck.
All right, so that's what it sounds like if you don't have a script, right? Like, it could be a disaster. And it's live radio. Things happen.
There's nobody that can ad-lib quite like Tim Hall.
And if there is a person who can do it on the fly, it's Tim.
Timmy.
At the Rangers in town tonight, that one should be an interesting one. I mean, giving commentary on his own Sports Center
script. That's the best part. Like, the updates are supposed to be like sheerly factual information.
Correct. Right.
But Tim loves to give his opinion on what he thinks is going to happen too.
So this was me. So during behind radio here, during Ohio State Network broadcasts, like usually you hear Skip if you're listening to football or you're listening to basketball. Skip will give like a college football or college basketball scoreboard update. And that thing isn't just locally here. Like that is on the network, right? So that's like however many stations
into
that we have.
Ether sphere.
It just goes into the ether and it's all around the state. So however many affiliates to like that goes. So
thousands.
Skip is thousands of affiliates.
Yes.
I don't know
those
about
watching
that.
in studio and the millions watching around the world.
This is true. So Skip, for some reason, I know what was going on. This was an Ohio State basketball game that was being played on the afternoon of the Big Ten championship football game. That's what was going on. So we were going into a basketball game on the same day as a football game.
That sounds like poor planning.
So Skip was in Indianapolis. So for some reason, Skip asked me to do like his duties, where I did like a pregame interview with somebody, and then I had to do like the network updates. Here is me doing an update on the network where my voice just stops working in the middle of it. Conference championship weekend in college football. Ohio State getting ready to take on the Wisconsin Badgers tonight.
Are you getting mugged?
Excuse me. Had a little Paul Keels action right there. Badgers tonight from Lucas Oil Stadium. Ryan Day knows it's going to be a tough task.
I thought they did a great job against us, especially in the first half. You know,
So Tim texted me
it
after.
sounded like someone came in and like just put like a gag ball in your mouth.
I'm telling you, my voice just stopped working. It just stopped. And so Tim is texting me because he's listening. I think he's over at the arena, like engineering the game for, I think, Matt and Ronnie at that point. And my voice just stopped working to me. He's texting me. He's like, are you okay? Did you have a stroke?
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but my voice was just gone. So again, we're doing live radio. I can't edit that out. That's on the network too. So that's not only going here to Columbus, like that's going out everywhere.
Beam guy.
Yeah, what's he got going on here?
Just get mugged at the station. Some guy come up behind him with some chloroform.
It does. It does sound like I was getting choked. Wisconsin Badgers tonight.
I mean, if I didn't know any better, I was just listening to that. I would think that this was like a situation where like John Wick came in here and tried to murder you. Mm-hmm. And you just throat punch. Excuse me.
So that happened, but before that, this is an all-timer. So during the Buckeye Show, when we kick back in, like if we're going back to ESPN Radio or we're joining an event, and you know this, Bob, doing Sirius Radio too, that there's a thing that's called a hard out. So we don't have that during our show because Uncle Bo comes up after we're done. So we're live. So we don't have to worry about, we have break times that we don't listen to very well on the show, but a hard out is you have to hit the minute and the second. So like our out time technically for this show is 8:56:40. But on that show, if you're going into network coverage, you have to hit it on the second. Yeah. All right. So when I first started doing that show, my least favorite part about doing that was the hard out. I always got a panic in my mind because I'm like, okay, you're trying to count down.
Don't blow this.
You're trying to count down the amount of time. Like, how much time can I do content? I got to tease what's coming up next. Okay, got to get out. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Like, we got to do that whole thing. But it has to be like within a 10-second countdown. So I wasn't familiar with doing that, and I was always very uncomfortable. So this happened when I was trying to do a hard out heading into a Jackets game. And I know Shark hasn't heard this before. I don't know if you have heard this before, but this happened to be one of the first Buckeye shows that I was doing leading into a hard out.
You already know this, but a former Buckeye, Ryan Dzingel, is traded to the CBJ. What can we expect out of him tonight as the Jackets square off with the Flyers? You're listening to the Buckeye Show right here on The Fan.
Locally owned and operated.
That's pretty good.
I messed up Blue Jackets and square off, and I took the two words and combined
You
them.
finger nutted yourself.
I don't know what I did, but it was pretty bad.
That's good. I like it. Yeah.
I guess the most my Twitter has ever blown up to after that hard
listen,
out.
Viral beam. People loved it.
Giving a hard out a whole new meaning.
Well, that is. That's the hardest of outs.
It's live radio. Things can happen. Like Shark dropping an F-bomb in a Sports Center update.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I remember it.
It did not make the airwaves.
Are you sure about that?
Thank goodness we were in delay.
And that's why we're on a 16-second delay in radio.
There you go.
I mean, we were just listening. I don't know. I was in studio, Bob. I don't know. Because there was a weird time when we were doing the show that you were over in the crew studio doing it. I don't know if you were at home doing it. So maybe you had to. Maybe you just weren't listening. But Sharky starts an update, and you were recording an update, and you obviously just didn't edit it out. You messed something up, and then just dropped an F-bomb.
You had to dump a recorded update.
That's
amateur hour.
00:25.
It was the first one.
First one in the morning.
Wow. Probably why I don't remember. I may not have been listening.
Hey, it's live radio. Anything can happen. Do you have one, Shark, that you
the fun and drama
that you remember more than the F-bomb?
No.
You've done. Oh, no. You're a professional.
Now I spent many years hitting hard outs, so I had plenty of practice with that. And then when I was doing the Buckeye show, my producer Hondo, he would play a music bed underneath me that was timed perfectly
Mikey Young, good producer.
And exactly when it was supposed to. And so even if I finished 5 seconds early, that Buckeye battle cry or whatever was playing underneath me would take us right to the hard out. But yeah, that is a little tricky.
I don't like those at all. I despise them.
Well, every RXM, it's every top of the hour, so we have to hit 3 of them a show. So you just get used to it. But,
but doing it like for the first couple of times, it's terrifying. Which then provided you with calling the Blue Jackets the Jackoffs, which was great content out of me.
It is.
I guess.
You're a content creator, baby.
I guess so. Say goodbye to walk-ons in college football. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear up a crash on the ramp from 71 northbound to 670 eastbound. Expect a little bit of slow-moving, lingering traffic over there. Also, watch for slowdowns over on I-270 southbound, just beyond 33 on the southeast side. The right 2 lanes slightly blocked off in those southbound lanes of 270, leading up to Alum Creek Drive. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Have you heard? There's always more at Speedway, like a big bite hot dog and big gulp drink for only $2.50. We've got what you're in the mood for, and now you can get more with less. Get your big meal deal for only $2.50 with Speedy Rewards. Valid through 1/7/25. Speedway has the right to end this promotion early, plus tax. Participating U.S. stores only. See app for full terms. All rights reserved.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Heart Royal Flush Tour 2024. May 15th, Schottenstein Center. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. The iconic band returns with special guest Cheap Trick. Tickets on sale now at heart-music.com. Don't miss 2 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. Heart with Cheap Trick live.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Spring. It's a season full of new life and new opportunities to celebrate. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. From weddings and anniversaries to new babies and graduations, plus everything in between, there's no better place to discover the perfect gift for every occasion than the Diamond Cellar. As a true jeweler, we not only curate the finest selection of luxury jewelry from world-class designers, but we can also create something truly one-of-a-kind just for you. Visit the Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or Easton Town Center.
Hey there, friends. Bo here. You planning that summer vacation? Skip the long lines in the crowded cities. Get away in an RV from my friends at RCD RV. Summer nights will soon be calling, and RCD RV is here to take your camping experience to the next level. They provide the best brands, the best service, awesome after-sales support. They are family-owned and operated in Central Ohio for over 50 years. You will feel it the second you walk on one of their lots. Over 650 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. 3 locations to serve you in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Ohio's public schools are safe, welcoming learning environments where everyone can thrive, no exceptions. Thanks to the nearly 120,000 public school educators in the Ohio Education Association. We are dedicated professionals who deserve respect, a living wage, and a seat at the table when decisions are made. And we're using our united voice to demand the supports and resources our students need to succeed. Because in Ohio, public education matters.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
More showers across central Ohio on this Friday morning. Those should start to become less so by the afternoon. We'll start temperatures in the 50s out there and warm to the mid-60s. We'll see a return of cooler weather Friday night with temperatures in some spots hitting the 40s. Rain and some storms return Saturday, but no strong weather. Warmer and drier as we head into Mother's Day. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Here's a list of undisputed facts. Beamer is round, Shark was a swinger, and no one derails a show like Bobby Carpenter. No one. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here, 8:35, checking with AJ Hawk. I haven't had a chance to talk to Age since the Derby, since the Oaks. How was that for him?
Were you not here?
Well,
wait, was the Derby this week?
Wait, the Derby was last week, wasn't it? When was the Derby? That was last week? That was just last week.
Bob, you recorded with him before he went down to Churchill Downs.
That's right.
Yeah. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, have we lived 2 weeks since the Derby?
We talked about the Derby, but not the Derby results.
Yes.
What's ironic is the day I was on with Hester on his show down in Louisiana, he was having Flynn was on right before me.
Okay.
And Flynn goes with them. And so he's like, how's the show? He's like, we just had Flynn on. He's down there, your boy Hawk, over at the Derby talking about all the weirdness and the stories and everything that happens.
Can't wait.
Oh, and he had asked me, gosh, he had told me, I go, that's good. I'm going to have to ask AJ about that. I can't remember what it was. Oh, Kid Rock. It was something about Kid Rock and smoking cigars or something. I forget.
Smoking cigarettes?
Who knows? Something with Kid Rock, though.
AJ did?
I think so.
Okay. Got to ask him about it.
That and the Turtles, racist Turtles.
Yep. So that's coming up at 8:35.
I can't believe you didn't see that in the deal. It's so good. 8:35. You want to stay tuned for it.
See what in the deal? What did I miss?
On the Instagram. The Instagram deal.
Oh, by the way, I'm getting algorithmed so hard.
By all the stuff I sent you?
Not by this, just us talking. Yeah. Us talking and Meredith and I having conversations. So Meredith, the other day, one of her friends came in. She lives out in Seattle. So she came in. She's from Dayton. She lives out there now. Her whole her family's originally from there, grew up together in Dayton. I actually went to school with her in elementary school, and then they became really good friends in middle school and high school. So she was in town the other day, and Meredith reads when she goes to bed at night. She reads her Kindle. And so Anna...
I like Meredith. Do you not read before bed, Beam?
Me? No. I don't. I look at the wall. I just look at the wall in silence. Think about the sins that I've committed.
She doesn't let you watch TV?
No, we have a TV in our room, but I can't tell you the last time that it's been on. Like,
really?
Yeah, because usually she goes to bed a little bit earlier than me.
I mean, that makes sense because you wake up probably 2 hours before her.
An hour. I wake up an hour. I try to get to bed at like 10:30 every night. Because I know the way that it works in our house is William at some point, usually before the hour of 11 o'clock, is going to wake up. So I've eaten the L, and I said, I'll just stay up until he gets up, and then you plop the pacifier back in, or if he needs a diaper change or anything during that, I'll stay up until
toss him the wipes and say, do it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Get a job, bum. So that usually happens. But the other day, Meredith, her friend's like, okay, yeah, you read a Kindle at night. Let me tell you this. So her friend, Bob, got her, it's like a stand that holds a Kindle, all right? It's just a stand. It holds a Kindle in front of you. So you don't even have to, hold the Kindle, right?
What's the stand sit on?
It's a floor stand. It's just
so it's
on
the floor beside her bed. So she's laying on their side looking. That doesn't sound very comfortable
and
at
her
all.
friend got a remote for it that clicks the pages. So she's laying on her side. Like in our room, we have this apparatus.
So you have a remote for the Kindle.
I don't.
Kindles are supposed to be handheld.
I'm telling you. That's what it is. So she has this stand and a remote where she just lays in bed and just clicks the remote every time she wants to wants to go to a new page. So she's not even flipping through it or pressing any buttons.
I mean,
and the weirdest thing happened the other day because I thought it was weird. I'm like, that's not a thing. But I'm scrolling through my Instagram pages and it was the same setup that someone had. I'm like, the algorithm has gone too far. I'm like, that is a very weird thing that I don't think anybody knows about. And I think it's the strangest thing in the world. And now it's got into my Instagram.
Absolutely. Feed. It's incepted in there. That's good, Beam.
I get that. And now I get a lot of Goggins too.
That's right.
I get a ton of Goggins in there. But yeah.
I talked about Goggins in my speech. People love it because do something you hate every day.
Yeah.
Callous the mind. Stay hard. Tell my kids. My wife thinks he's a psycho. I'm like, and there is a degree where
I think he is a psycho.
I think and he acknowledges that he's a little crazy. But he also wants you to be your best, Beam. Stay hard.
Stay hard. Russ Dellinger wrote an article on Yahoo Sports, and I think this is awful. As part of a proposed new athlete compensation model, Power Conference's leaders are considering significantly reducing football rosters, potentially moving from a roster of more than 115 to as few as 85 to 90 players. That figure, 85, of course, aligns with the maximum scholarship number permitted through the NCAA rules. The concept circulated across administrative meetings over the last week as part of what would be a sweeping change, obviously, to college athletics as we know it. An overshadowed but impactful piece of the proposed new model is the addition of roster limits by sport and the expansion of scholarships. Basically, what they're doing is saying in this new world that you have 120 players on your football program, that is going to be a hard cap on 85 scholarships. Now, you don't have to use them all, but you should.
They always said you had to before. Now, I guess that would give flexibility there to not have to use those should you not choose to.
Correct, which also means the elimination of walk-on players.
Which I don't like. I'm not a fan of that. There's great stories. We have Xavier Johnson, who we had in studio here.
Yeah.
We have to have him on again.
C.J. Saunders
out of Dublin. Xavier's out of Cincinnati. You get local guys coming here, earn their way onto the field, and ultimately have a chance to play. And some of those guys get a chance to go play in the NFL. I mean, and they're some remarkable stories. And I don't know what the increased cost would be for something like that. You're talking about maybe 120 might be a little large. Like your camp roster, and I don't think this has changed. I'll have to look at it. It was always 105. Mm-hmm. And so you would carry more guys through the spring, and you would need more walk-ons in the spring because if you have guys who have left, and not everybody enrolls early, so you may be down 3 or 4 guys at a certain position. And so you need bodies in there to roll. And then when you practice in the fall, you're going to go 2 fields, offense and defense. And a lot of times it'll be younger players than walk-ons that are the scout team for both sides.
Yeah.
In the NFL, you don't have that. You service yourself, Beam. How about that? Self-service. But you have to go back and forth, and so you may be a starter. I always use this. Jason Witten, he's going to be a Pro Bowl or a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
when we would see teams that run a lot of 2 tight ends, he would hop in there and take some of the scout team 2 tight end reps because he wanted to make sure that our guys were ready to go. And so we're doing our third and medium pass stuff, which is, let's say it's, an 8-play set. We'd do 8 plays on offense, but he would probably take 6 of those. And then if the other team that we were playing was doing a lot of 2 tight ends in that, he would hop in there and take 3 or 4 of the reps on like critical plays to make sure that we were getting a good look on defense. But you can't get near the volume of plays. You're not developing players nearly as much. And so I'm not necessarily a fan of how that would go.
No, and I would imagine that coaches aren't going to be either under this.
No, coaches would hate this.
Yeah. I mean, less bodies for them to work through, and you're already talking about expanding a schedule to go play 15, 16, 17 games.
100%. You need those guys for practice.
You need them for practice. So that's being lobbied up there. I'm not exactly sure if that one is going to pass. We'll recap the Derby and the Oaks, and apparently Kid Rock and other things with AJ Hawk next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching slowdowns on I-270 southbound. This is on the southeast side, just beyond that 33 split. Expect slow-moving traffic leading up to Alum Creek Drive because of a crash that has the right lanes blocked. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus at BMI Federal Credit Union when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free for more details.
Whether this is her first Mother's Day or her 40th, she deserves more. Shop tons of stunning on-trend jewelry for every budget at Diamonds Direct. Diamond fashion jewelry, beautiful birthstones, everyday pearls starting at just $200. Commemorate the real loves of her life with a gorgeous pendant featuring the birthstone of the one who made her mom. This Mother's Day, Diamonds Direct is everything you need to say thank you. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Online at diamondsdirect.com.
Rosati Windows, the best buying experience in the business.
After the sales process, our installers are the single most important part of the customer experience. Even great windows aren't worth a dime if they're not properly installed. We spend a lot of time testing and choosing our installers. I have to be positive that our customers will receive only the best.
Call Rosati Windows today, 777-4806.
There's a little slice of heaven in a mountain town escape. A pace of life that's less hurried, more authentic, where people greet you with a smile and experiences feel down to earth, yet elevated. From Appalachian art to wineries and craft breweries, live music to a lively spirit. This is West Virginia. We call it Almost Heaven. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Bobcat Enterprises, your local family-owned partner for your spring landscaping and construction projects, is here to provide you with real solutions for your toughest challenges. Bobcat rents, sells, and services a full line of Bobcat equipment, including Bobcat compact track loaders, Bobcat excavators, Bobcat tractors, and more. Bobcat Enterprises has been owned by the same family since 1975. Keep your business local. Stop by Bobcat Enterprises in Hilliard, Reynoldsburg, and Zanesville, and find current specials, our full line of products, and rental information by visiting bobcatent.com today.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th, and Kroger has great gift ideas like cards, flowers, desserts, and more. We make it easy to keep Mother's Day in full bloom.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Most businesses have one tagline.
Not here, baby.
At Sunny Street Cafe, we've got 7.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like number 3.
Sunny Street Cafe. Classic breakfast and lunch. Comfort food. But like if Grandma went to culinary school.
With 8 locations.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized with help from Beacon.
I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter?
Also, Shark needs a raise.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
Friday edition of the program. Brandon B., Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Every Friday at this time, we get to check in with this legend.
A man with many career achievements.
Leading tackler in Centerville football history.
Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history.
Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger.
And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
Sponsored by FanDuel, the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice.
And that's the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline Check with our good friend A.J. Hawk. Age, thanks for the time, buddy. Always appreciate it. Know it was a busy weekend for you last week. Had the Oaks, had the Derby. How was that down in good old Louisville, Kentucky?
Oh, the Derby weekend, it was fun. I've gotten to go the last, 8, 9, 10 years or something like that and meet up with some guys that I played with and some guys that I didn't play with and, take it all in. It's a lot of horse racing, I'm not going to lie. I was there pretty much all day Friday, all day Saturday at the track and actually did, I'm not like a big, I don't claim to know what I'm talking about betting horses, but I actually did all right and came home with some money that I took, so I'm all right with it.
I like it. I know. I was talking to my guy Hester on Wednesday. He said your mutual friend Flinner was down there hanging out with Kid Rock. He said there were some good stories with that. I mean, I didn't realize you and the American Badass were hanging out together.
Yeah, well, I first met Kid Rock there at the Derby maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and he did not disappoint. He really brought it. He really brought the juice, brought the energy, and was all over the place. And he was there this year as well. And he had this sweet little, it looked like a pager clipped to his belt, but it was a Bluetooth speaker, and he was talking about it, and he was loving that thing and playing some good tunes.
So he'd play his own music off his belt.
Nah, he didn't play his own music. So as soon as he walked into the area where we were, the first thing he said to me, he's like, check out this. You see my beeper? And he's like, nah, people think it's a beeper, but it's actually a Bluetooth speaker. I was like, man, you're fooling everybody. This is unbelievable. You're blowing my mind. And so that kind of started the day. And then he was sitting right next to us, and we'd always go back and forth with him. Yeah, he actually, Kid Rock played our Super Bowl post-game party when I was able on the Packers and we won the Super Bowl. He was the entertainment, actually. And when the first time I ever met him, I said, what happened if we lost the game? And he looked at me and said, man, I don't know. That party would have been terrible if I'd had to play that one. And I was thinking, yeah, I'm glad we won, I guess. But he didn't have to worry about playing for the losing team.
Is there a significant difference between Oaks Day and Derby Day? I've never been down there. Bob's never been down there. Shark's never been down there. What's the difference? What's the difference in the vibes between Friday and Saturday?
I guess there's not a huge difference, I don't think. But I guess it's a little more crowded for the Derby Day, and people get they put a little more effort into their outfits. Friday, people wear some bright colors and different pinks and stuff, because there's a whole cancer situation that they're raising money for. And then Saturday, everyone just tries to go all out and just do whatever they can and either look pretty decent in what you're wearing, or you look like you're trying too hard and you figured something out and you ordered things from 9 different websites. You see that sometimes too.
Do you, are you allowed to smoke cigars and stuff down there? I mean, I thought I saw a picture of Kid Rock with one. I know that you're a big cigar guy. Did you get a chance to do some of that, or is that prohibited on Churchill?
Oh, it's not. It is not prohibited in the area where this terrace that we are on. So no, I probably, I don't know. I probably smoked double-digit cigars on Saturday.
How many did we match that with the number of juleps?
Yeah, mint juleps. I love the whole fanfare and hey, this is tradition and history and nostalgia. But those things taste like garbage. I'm not gonna lie. I've had a couple sips of them. I'm okay with that. I'll take a little sip for hey, here we go. All right, Derby, here we are, and then I'll try to get something I like.
Whoa.
But
what's the alternative to the julep? Do they have another drink that you like down there?
Woodford's big down there. They love Woodford. So you just get some Woodford on the rocks. Pour a little water in it if you want.
It's good. Okay, that's good, AJ, because I was worried, the juleps, I know they may be a little tough to drink at first, especially if you're not a fan of them, but so many things in life you've told me about that may be hard at first, the more you keep sucking them down, the easier they get.
I don't know if that one works, Bob. Even if what you're trying to get at with the joke there, I don't know if it works. I'm not smart enough to get it, but I do appreciate your effort on that one. It might be the other way around, I feel, if we flip it. But yeah, you can drink whatever you want when you're at the Kentucky Derby. That's a great thing. That's why it's so much fun.
All right, so I saw this come across my feed yesterday. I was flying back from Philly, and it kind of works because I do Today in History to start the show. If you didn't catch it, you can always go to the stream or go to the podcast and hear it. But on this day, 1503, I believe, let me make sure, 1503, Christopher Columbus saw the Cayman Islands, which he named Las Tortugas because all of the turtles that were there. I was always a fan of the sea turtles. I didn't realize that turtles were racist. And then I watched a little clip with you, Pat, and Darius, Boston, Connor, the whole crew. When did we determine that these turtles were racist and how that worked?
Well, it's a fact, Bob. We know turtles are very, very racist. I've learned that a couple of days ago. Darius Butler, he brought up some videos that he had seen, and the videos that keep popping up are ridiculous. People putting a strip of tape on a white shoe, and a turtle crawls up and just starts absolutely attacking that black piece of tape, and almost breaking his head off on this black shoe. And then you take this strip of tape off, and it's a white shoe, and the turtle just oh, cool, moseys right around it. And the turtles will go, and whenever they see anything black, they just jam their head into it and try to kill it. And I don't get it. But I guess what people have tried to tell us, well, no, they're actually, turtles they like bright colors, and they're actually scared of things that are black. And I said, okay, so they're even more racist than I thought before.
That's a worse explanation.
Check out. That's much worse. Yeah, people said, no, you don't get it. They're scared of things that are black. And I thought, all right, that's much worse. You probably shouldn't have told me that.
What if the turtle has black turtle friends? Does that make it any different?
Bob, turtles are canceled as far as I know. So I don't know. I can't even talk about it. You know what? I don't even get it.
Hey, the good news is you live up in Dublin. You live by the zoo. I want to see you outside. I want to see you outside today with some posters, maybe a tent, ready to dig in until that turtle exhibit is out of the zoo, because no more racist animals are allowed in there.
If they can prove to us that the turtles they have in the zoo aren't racist, then I'm okay with it. And anything that, Jungle Jack has had any kind of hands on, I think he's the man. So I would assume if there are non-racist turtles in the world, Jungle Jack found them.
I'm so upset now. I think William likes the turtles.
No,
yeah, William might be a racist.
It doesn't matter now, though. Now, though, if you run him over in your car or whatever, you don't have to feel bad.
All right, exactly. That's
one
good
less
news,
racist in the world.
Hey, do you remember your first trip back to Ohio Stadium as a fan? Because Bob told a great story earlier. How you guys were up at the Blackwell looking out at the human zoo, looking at the state fair of a tailgating situation. Bob's like, God, I can't wait to go back as a fan. Do you remember the first time that you came back, AJ, not as a player, not as a recruit, but as a fan, and the first time you kind of really took in the fanfare at Ohio Stadium?
I don't know the exact game, but first I know the second game I went to, I didn't make it into the stadium. I actually stayed on the bus, the RV tailgating, and was throwing a football in the parking lot with people, mixing all different kinds of alcohol. I had a great time. I had a really good time. I watched the game on a TV on an RV 80 feet from the stadium. That was my second time. But the first time, I believe, was when did Russ Wilson come into the show?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever year that would have been, I believe.
I think that was 2012, 2011 when Fick was here. Yeah, 2011.
Well, I was at that game, but a couple of years before I went to a game, and it was a night game, and I remember going up into a box, and I said to my wife, I said, is this what it looks like? Like, if you came and watched a game here, like, does it look like that? She's like, yeah, this is football at Ohio State. It's awesome. And all I could think of watching the stands was, like, man, this is, like, every play. There's so much riding on every single play. I was super nervous for all the players, and I instantly thought, man,
now you know how Judy Hawk felt during the game.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like my mom, because I'm like, man, these dudes' life, every one play could change the trajectory of anyone's career out there. And I was just glad that I was too naive and dumb to ever think about that when I was actually playing there in the shoe. And I just thought of how lucky I was to have guys like Bobby and Schlegs and Chick Harley and everyone else that we were having a great time. Like, we really were. We weren't worried about anything like that. And I know as a fan, when I watch, I still get very nervous for these guys.
That was the Braxton play to Devin Smith, at the very end of the game. So your first one, you caught a pretty good one. Your second one, since we don't know what game that is and you didn't make it into the stadium, I think we're going to have to go back in the history books and look at that. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great weekend, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, thanks, guys. Stay away from the turtles.
There he goes. AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching slowdowns on the southeast side. This is on I-270 southbound, leading up to Alum Creek Drive. The right lanes are blocked just past that 33-270 split because of a crash that crews are working to clear up. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
There's a place where mishaps don't mean missing out. Welcome to AAA's The Plus Side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, where a flat tire doesn't have to deflate your mood, where being locked out doesn't mean you'll be out of luck for long, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party.
Looks like you're all set here. Have a good rest of the day.
Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, you're covered with the gold standard in roadside assistance, whenever and wherever you need it. Tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap, click, or call away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further, anywhere within 100 miles. Become a AAA Plus member today and experience the peace of mind that comes when you live on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply. Service is only available from AAA and CAA in North America.
Sick of being upsold at gyms?
My guy, you're currently a base member? For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130 more, you'll be a Swole member. And for just $300 more, you'll reach Sweat Platinum.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the upsell. Never pushy, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. It's fitness that fits your budget. Join Planet Fitness for just $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th. See Home Club for details.
Hi, this is Bob McElligott for Schottenstein Roofing. You know, even the best hockey player needs checked up on once in a while, just to make sure they're operating at peak efficiency. Well, the same is true with your roof. How did it make it through the winter? Find out with a free inspection from Schottenstein Roofing. And here's the best news. If something is wrong with your roof, Schottenstein Roofing works with insurance companies, and they have interest-free financing options. Give them a call at 614-321-8888 and find out what shape your roof is in. Schottenstein Roofing, a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
The Fan is your home for NBA playoff action. Catch every game of the conference finals and NBA finals on The Fan and ESPN Columbus. How does one listen to such magical things? On the Fan app, silly. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. Do it.
Murphy Tractor and Equipment is your source for John Deere construction equipment rental. We rent high-quality equipment and attachments with add-on options in TopCon precision construction technology. Whether you need 1 week or 6 months, we rent a variety of equipment to help you get the job done. All our rental equipment is fully serviced, fueled, and ready to get to work. Let Murphy Tractor be your first choice for your construction equipment rental needs. Visit us online at murphytractor.com.
Have you heard? Skyline now has nachos with a layer of queso blanco under that amazing Skyline chili and cheese. Try them straight up or get the deluxe nachos with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and sour cream at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Showers across the region this morning will start to taper by the late afternoon, including the return of some sunshine. We'll start the day off in the low 50s and warm into the mid 60s by this afternoon. Cool temperatures overnight, dropping in some spots to the 40s with the return of showers and storms Saturday. Drier weather in the forecast for Mother's Day. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest? How to win? Or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
We're on the Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Healthy, leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Wrap things up. Little Friday edition of the program. Uncle Bo and the boys going to be up after we're done talking a little Cavs, talking some NFL, Netflix. They're going to get a Christmas Day, a couple of games on Christmas Day. Apparently, I saw that earlier on. They'll talk to Doug Lesmerises at 10:33 and the great Tim May. They'll be digressed at 11:33. Talk a little crew as well. A little Hell is Real. Before we get to Hell is Real, I saw this earlier in the week. So you and I think, Bob, I've been tuning into a lot of the NBA playoff games over the last couple of weeks. Since I get to multi-view the games now, which is awesome, so I can watch that and Stanley Cup games at the same time. Meredith goes, when are these going to be over? This is awful. And I said, well, good news for you is they won't end until the middle of June. Yeah. So you still got 6 more weeks of this going on. She goes, okay, well, that's good. But I did see that NBC has put in a bid to get the NBA away from TNT.
They're going to stream it on the cock?
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they could. So I guess the going bid for the NBA to get that away from TNT is like $2.5 billion, like for all the assets. So like, that seems crazy. And they're going to go away from Turner, apparently, if they don't come back with like a $2.7 or $2.8 billion offer.
So there has to be more? It can't just equal it?
Right. Like you already have the rights. Why can't you just equal it? I don't know.
The NBA's popularity will wane if that show isn't attached to it.
So
most of the NBA that I watch is
clips of
I watch
Ernie,
that show more than them.
Kenny, Shaq, Charles. So this the New York Knicks obviously having very great playoff success right now on the heels of Jalen Brunson. They've done something. They're up 2-0 in that series, now shifting back to Indiana. Charles Barkley in his own way talking about who he wants to win this series.
You know, if the Knicks win, that'll be good.
You care who wins. Cut it out.
I don't care who wins, but I will tell you what, I would love to see them get their ass stomped by the Celtics. That'd be great.
Then you care who wins.
I mean, I'm just saying, whoever wins this series is going to get stomped by the Celtics.
Well, you said you'd be happy to see it.
Yeah, because the New Yorkers, y'all deserve it. Because y'all think y'all the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Tell them, Chuck.
Come on, y'all ain't that good in New York.
What else, Chuck?
Come on, man. Y'all overrated.
What else, Chuck?
It's because y'all make good pizza and good bagels.
And what else, Chuck?
And what else, Crime?
Hey, hold on, Chuck. Don't forget about the...
Oh, you know, I ain't going to say anything bad about the street meat. I love the street meat.
The New York Knicks.
I don't care what kind of meat it is either. It tastes good.
Even if you got no idea it is.
Dog, cat, skunk, raccoon. It tastes good. Just put that white sauce on it. That's it. Right. That's it right there. That's some good stuff, y'all.
I'll be pay the $2.8 billion just to have them on TV.
That's because the thing was, people go, why don't they just move over to NBC? And Ernie said he wouldn't. So like the rest of
and
the guys.
And he's such an integral part
because he is the ringmaster. Someone has to keep that thing between the rails.
But I do think that he tries to keep it.
But he gets all the guys, and they're super comfortable with him.
And they're super comfortable with him, and he amps them up, too. Like, he'll say something that he knows is going to get Shaq fired up, which then gets Charles fired up. Like, the other day, they're doing something, like, on the floor, like when they go onto the floor to show you how everything works. And Kenny's, like, dribbling the basketball. He's like, all right, here's what I do in this situation. And Shaq just, like, elbows him in the forehead. And then Chuck just comes by and punches him in the chest. And then Shaq's like chasing him all around set. You don't get that anywhere else. You don't get that anywhere else. So, like, when these games do go to halftime in the playoffs, I alternate between the sound, between the hockey game and the basketball game.
That's the best part of the game.
I make an appointment when I'm watching these games in the playoffs, like when they go to halftime, when these guys come on the air, I am immediately going to them to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, it's the best. Not even close. It's the best part. It's the best part of the whole NBA is the TNT halftime show. Charles talking about Galveston versus San Antonio.
Yeah, that was great.
Stomped by the Celtics. Bagels, pizza, and street.
Yeah, you guys are pompous. I mean, it's great.
Love that street meat.
It's tremendous stuff, and I'll be very sad if that does end up going away. I mean, no doubt, those guys are great. When Kenny, who pushed Shaq into the Christmas tree a couple of years ago. Just the antics that go on. And the best part is that Shaq...
It's fun and drama, Beam.
Shaq knows exactly what's going to get Charles riled up. And he just leans into it.
100%.
And he belly laughs all the time because of the stuff that Charles says. I'll be very sad if that show ends up going away.
The NBA would be making a mistake by... at some point, it's not always about... dollars. I was out of my silo beam listening to Bo talk about this, and he goes, this would be you can't have your product be streaming to that degree, and you cannot lose this show. The availability of it and the entertainment those guys provide is what makes the NBA regular season watchable.
I'm a fringe NBA watcher. I don't watch the NBA during the regular season. I just don't. It's not something that I do. When we get to the playoffs, I watch it. And a main reason that I do as a fringe watcher is because of those guys.
Yes. I want to watch them.
And because it's on terrestrial television and it's there.
If you have to go to your app, pay for it, click on it, that's the only thing you can. You can't quad box a game.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for NFL games. I'll do it for the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
I'll do it for the crew. Like that's it.
It's not reeling you in like that.
Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. What'll be the result of tomorrow's Hell is Real match? Crew win, FC Cincinnati wins, or a draw? Crew been struggling a little bit in MLS. Cincinnati obviously coming in.
They're an international team now, Beam.
Yeah, we don't care about the local games, all right? We're going international. With all that being said, it's the last time that this team is going to play a home match in 6 weeks. The next home game will be June 22nd.
Shoo.
I think that the reception for the team is going to be great tomorrow. I think the atmosphere is going to be great, and there's no doubt that the players and the crew want to send off those next 6 weeks with a win. I'm going to go with the crew win. I predicted 3-0 on the podcast. Which way are you going?
I'll say 2-1.
2-1? All right, nice little close game. Maybe a Cucho 90th minute goal.
I don't know
Rip their hearts out again.
I don't know if I need that.
Okay.
I mean,
get up 2-0 and then they score
that anxiety bag isn't good for anybody.
No, it's not. Bob, I had so much fun with you today. What do you say we reconvene on Monday after the weekend if they allow us? You good with that?
Yes, sir.
Everybody have a great weekend. Uncle Bo and the boys are up next. We are back live on Monday morning to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching slowdowns on the southeast side. This is on I-270 southbound, leading up to Alum Creek Drive. The right lanes are blocked just past that 33-270 split because of a crash that crews are working to clear up. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a fan action update.
This action update is brought to you by Tipico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. How about that, Cleveland fans? The Cavs with the outright win over Boston in Game 2. Cleveland was a 6-1 underdog on the money line and a 13-point underdog going into the game. Series now tied 1-1 with the Celtics. Cleveland heads home for Game 3 tomorrow and are a 7.5-point underdog for Game 3. For your Tipico action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th, and Kroger has great gift ideas like cards, flowers, desserts, and more. We make it easy to keep Mother's Day in full bloom.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here for my friends at RCD RV. And when you want to get away, there is no better solution than hitting the open roads in an RV. Brings me back to my youth out west, under the stars, fresh mountain air. That could all be yours, and your journey starts at RCD RV. RCD has RVs to meet every budget with new campers as low as $13,995 and Ohio's best selection of pre-owned travel trailers, fifth-wheelers, motorhomes. 3 locations to serve you in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.